What's happening, everybody? Peace and blessings. Welcome to another edition of Sunday Dinner. Let me kick it off with our intro music. In a world that's unjust, I'm screaming with love. See, when I let you are dangerous. In a world that's unjust, I'm screaming with love. It's not dangerous. Yo, the power in the palm of your hands. I mean, literally, 52 flashcards all about black history. Focus on success, less about misery. From the citizens and peace, I'm familiar with Black Wall Street. For the Haitian Revolution, I call Angela Davis on the movement. Bob Bing helped create IBM. Richard Wright was a poet. Have you ever heard of him? Get familiar with your culture. Women like Evelyn Brand will probably fade away from Oprah. I'm trying to be diamond, especially Paul Bear, like James Baldwin, not to be a spokesman. Man, the power of the black face. Know about the 68 Olympics. Nick Gregory, and the relevant most. Dr. King wasn't still in the home. Be gone. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Right. Welcome to Sunday Dinner. I see somebody saying that was a little bit low. Hey, we'll work on that. So promise to try to get better with that over time. Hopefully, y'all are here because you had an opportunity to join us yesterday at the Soul of Your Food, the Black History Cooking Experience. Let me know if you were there. Give me a cook in the comments if you actually made it yesterday to this special event that we had. It was outstanding, y'all. I'm a little biased, of course, but I thought it went very well from a show perspective. We had some technical difficulties. Go figure. Stuff like that happens, particularly when I'm involved. So if y'all know, if y'all been around, then you are well aware of that, right? Brother Freddie is tech challenged to say it the best. But hey, for our new people, believe it or not, we have new people that come to the show, and we definitely appreciate them as well. But what is Sunday dinner, right? It's not your average Zoom call. This is a family reunion for the culture every single week. Table that stretches across the diaspora. You ever walk into grandma's house and instantly feel that love in the air, that warm, soulful energy that wraps around you before even the dinner plate hits the table? That's the vibe here at Sunday Dinner. Every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we log on like we're knocking on the screen door, ready to gather and speak truth and feed our souls. This isn't a lecture. It's not a panel, and it's a cultural family meeting hosted by folks who care about where we have been and where we are going. Expect laughter, healing, and bold conversations. And yes, some real talk that might shake the table in the best way possible, but we hold space for one another. We lift one another up, and we always leave fuller than we came. And if you had an opportunity to come yesterday, right, you might have got seen some of these wonderful dishes. I'm gonna try to pull up some of that conversation as we go along here today. I still want some of that delicious food. Yes, it is definitely, it was definitely amazing. And the one recommendation that we kept getting is, man, Freddie, we should be live. We should be there together cooking with Sister Karina. That's her, by the way, y'all. She doesn't take the title chef, but we're thrusting it upon her anyway, because that food looks spectacular, right? But she's been a restaurateur for a number of years. I can go into a little bit more of that, but it was definitely a great event. And some great food, right? A lot of nostalgic conversations and some history wrapped in and around our food, right? Um, which makes things really, really interesting, right? Because you just find that food not only brings us together. I mean, even the idea of Sunday dinner got us here together on these virtual Sundays. But recalling or going to reconnect with your family, reconnect with with your people, catching up with the stories, catching up with your cousins. That whole idea is centered around coming together, is centered around food. Um, but there's so much like powerful Black history inside of. So for those of you that were there, tell me that fried chicken information didn't surprise you, right? Tell me that fried chicken. First of all, that fried chicken looked
scrumptious, y'all. To my vegans, could hold your ears, right? But it looked delicious. But that conversation was, man, we should have really been there live and in person. So a lot of people want to converge on the ATL area and maybe do a live cooking event, a live cooking Sunday dinner, along with some historical tours, right? Because one of the spices that oh, did I mention that we released the spice line? Right. Oh, by the way, there was this collaboration that happened over the soul of your food. Um, but one of the spices that we released are centered around Sweet Auburn, right? The Sweet Auburn area of Atlanta, which is, the black mecca for black money in that particular area. A lot of opportunity, but we have a lemon garlic pepper seasoning, right? Themed after the Sweet Auburn district. But anyway, the cooking, the
Mhm.
event, all of that kind of corresponded with our seasoning launch and our JV that we are doing. I'll drop the link if you're interested. I'll give you some more insight in a moment. But folks wanted to be there, right? We keep talking about this idea of having a live and in-person Sunday dinner. I'm still trying to work. Listen, y'all, this is what I'm working around, right? Because everybody say they want to do something, but then when you find out that Sunday dinner happens on a Sunday, and you're like, oh, I need to fly out and get back for Monday, that makes it challenging, right? For getting people to fly into a place and leaving Sunday night or Monday morning, right? Some people can, some people can't. So that's one of the dilemmas that I'm wrestling with. Sunday dinner on a Saturday, I don't know. Maybe we film on a
Mm.
Saturday and show it on a Sunday. I don't know. I'm just wrestling with those details. And those details probably are irrelevant, right? I probably shouldn't even be thinking about it because honestly, we could do Sunday dinner at noon and then folks will have time to exit. Anyway, what I get from the event yesterday is one, y'all liked it, two, you wanted to be there, and three, I agree. Because once she got done cooking, and I got a chance to see all that delicious food, and then you start to realize you're not about to eat this, right? They are about to eat this on camera. One of our teammates, Jasmine, here at Urban Intellectuals, she said, "Man, this is why I don't watch cooking shows, because at the end of it, I realize I'm not getting that meal that's being deliciously prepared in front of me." I don't know. So maybe we do a joint cooking thing so that everybody can have an opportunity to indulge. But it was a great
Mhm.
event, good conversation, good history woven into it, and all of the things, right? So we're going to recap a little bit of that. I want to talk a little bit about that today, but I want to make sure that we dig into your story, right? I would love to hear some conversation about um, Sunday dinner. So, a Sunday dinner in your family, growing up, just indulge me with some yeses, right? Growing up, drop a yes in the comments if y'all got together for a Sunday dinner. Was that a thing in your family? Is that something that, maybe this is a foreign concept?
Mhm.
Foreign concept, or is this a regular thing? Did somebody unmute?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So while y'all are answering that, I would definitely say that this is something that was regular in our house. Um, so for those that say yes, let me ask this question too. Or for those that engaged in Sunday dinner, what happened? Maybe that's the better question. What happened? Y'all raise your Zoom hand if you want to chat in, converse on this. And on YouTube, make sure that you just drop your comments. I'll make sure that I'll follow up and read in. They're saying Sabbath and Sunday dinners. The weekends were plentiful and blessed. Definitely love that. Yes, at church. You say at church or after church? Tubman, I'm not sure. Tubman's tribe. I love it. Seldom more than just our immediate family. Seldom more than just our immediate family. My family never did Sunday dinners, but because of last night tutorial, I plan to do them every other week with my mom and brother. I love it. I love it. And glad you enjoyed the show last night, Nikki. Nikki was here. At the YouTube, I believe the first person. So I appreciate you showing up, sister, and engaging us. But Sunday dinner, what happened to this institution in our families? Let's start there, right? What happened to this institution? Why didn't you and your generation continue it? And if you did, what are some things that assisted in maintaining it or keeping it strong in your families? Because I believe that this is an important element of the community and something that we've gotten away from. And I can say we specifically because I know my family doesn't practice it. Now, I can say for my family unit, we moved away from the grandparents, right? Grandparents on both sides for our children. We don't stay in the area now. Perhaps that's an excuse. Perhaps that's something different, right? Perhaps there's opportunity, or whatever the case may be. But that's one of the reasons that my particular unit didn't do it. Now, I do have brothers and sisters that are in the area that we just didn't connect it beyond grandma. And oh my God, y'all, my brother in the group chat shot over. I'm sorry. I got to thinking about my grandparents, right? Because that's where we used to go to grandma's house, and go to Sunday dinner with the family, right? Every Sunday after church, right? We go up to grandma's house in Detroit, and that unit was like the last one. Like no, none of my nieces and nephews used to come over to mom and dad house, their grandparents, or my brothers and sisters didn't bring them over. We just kind of cut off. Anyway, that got me thinking about our family text thread, and my brother dropped in a photograph of my grandmother, my grandfather, my dad, and my two uncles. And dad has to be 9, 10 years old in this photograph. Now, if y'all follow us, then you know dad's 90, 95. He'll be 96 in October. So this is a old picture, right? Like, and this is the first time I've ever seen my grandfather. When I was born, he passed. And I don't remember anyone pointing him out. I'm pretty sure he was in my grandmother's home. But I know I grew up in a house I just never seen him. I never met him. He died before I was born, and I just never seen the picture. And it was just wild. It was wild to see the picture of him, right? And now I got some more stories. Things kind of connect a little bit better. I don't know why I haven't seen the picture, but anyway, what I was getting at is that this tradition has been kind of truncated from our family communities. At least that's my opinion, right? I can speak for my family. Is going to Sunday dinner, is that a norm in your family? Is this something that you regularly do? Oh, hey, when I see Corinna is here, I want to make sure I pop her in, but let me know in the comments. Is Sunday dinner still a thing in your family? Is this something that you do, or would you prefer the virtual Sunday dinner because it's less messy? Hanging out with Freddie, unless Freddie's messy. Hey, Corinna, how you doing? All right, I got you on. I was just getting into some of this conversation, and you know I like to be all over the place. Wait, you're muted. I don't know what happened.
I was just saying I'm enjoying listening to you.
Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah. I gotta bring this picture up. So if you got a moment, just give me a second. Let me.
Oh, I'm not in a hurry. I'm enjoying listening to you.
Oh, excellent, excellent. All right, y'all. So I'll be back with Corinna. We'll go a little bit deeper in the conversation, but let me make sure that I at least tie a button on one of these stories that I tell today. I'm trying to figure out where. I gotta find this picture, y'all. How do I do? Okay, yeah, this is pretty wild. Okay, there we go. Let me get it up. I don't know. I don't know how many of y'all love to dig through old pictures. I definitely enjoy it. I think I might have mentioned this before. My mom had dementia when she passed, and she burned all of our family photo albums. So I don't have access. Where is this image? Where would it go? How would it? I don't have access to a lot of the stuff maybe that I should or I could. I remember those photo albums. I know exactly where they were in the house. And I really wish we would have saved and backed them up, right? So hey, maybe this is I brought that up, maybe because I'm buying time, number one. But two, um, maybe this is a good time to be a reminder for you to if you got family images and photos and things that you want to keep and cherish and all of those wonderful things, then perhaps you should stop stalling and go ahead and get those down on in a digital form, right? Get them up in your cloud, get them on your thumb drive or whatever the case may be, so that you have that, so that you don't run into a situation, an unfortunate situation, and you know, Alzheimer's. That stuff is it's nasty. It's nasty, y'all. So that's I won't go dark on you or anything like that, but it's nasty, and you just never know. We just never know, right? I said Alzheimer, I mean dementia, right? So dementia is just nasty. Both of them, right? There's no need to pick a champion in this particular fight, but um, I didn't turn on the sound. I don't need it, but I never know. Yeah, so this was my first time seeing this photograph, and I'm just, of course, I'm looking at all of the details here. It was the wild. This is dad right here, right? So this is the 95-year-old um, right here, y'all. This is my grandfather. So dad was telling me last time I was home, dad was telling me a story about the day he died, right? And because I always been curious, and y'all, I don't know if you probably don't know my whole story, but I'm the baby of the family by 15 years, right? So I grew up with and my oldest sibling is 22 years older than me. I grew up with my siblings' children, right? So like my first cousins are my siblings' age; they're older than me, and I even grew up with their children, right? Like so, it's all interesting, but granddad passed before I was born, and I just never seen anything. I never knew anything. Y'all don't talk to the baby, especially if the baby is like long into the family like me. We kind of get left out in the dark, but you got to go ask specifically. So anyway, I'm talking to dad about his father's passing, and I think he passed in, what did he tell me? Oh man, I don't forgot that quick. Was it 65? I feel like 65, right? Which would have been 11 years before I was born. But dad was with him when he died, right? I never knew this. So he had a heart attack or something happened in the bathroom. And he kept saying, he was telling me that granddad was a larger fellow. He was a big guy and he was too big for them to get him onto the stretcher in the bathroom. I don't know if it's the house I know about, then that bathroom is small, right? So he had to get up and get on the stretcher to get him to take him to the hospital or whatnot. And then my dad rode in the in the ambulance with him, and he was like, they took him into the hospital. They went inside. He went behind them doors, and that was the last time I seen him. Right? He didn't make it. And like it was wild. Then I see this picture and I'm like, oh, granddad was a bigger guy, right? Like I had no reference on any of this because I just didn't know. But I love to see the family, right? I love to see where we've been, where we came from, like who we are. I know grandma, right? I knew grandma. Grandma didn't pass until 96. She was 94. Am I getting that right? 94, 92 years old. So I was well familiar with grandma going to her house and eating her food, right? And all that good stuff that comes along with the Sunday dinner conversations. But this picture is just wild to me because that's dad. Maybe he's older than that, right? Because now that I think about it, this is Uncle Robert down here. Uncle Robert is 11 years younger than my father. So Uncle Robert is 85 now. Uncle Harvey passed. But this was dad's right hand man right here, boy. So maybe dad's 14. How old y'all think Uncle Robert is? Yeah, I'm sure my kids done grew up and I ain't got no concept of children's ages anymore. It's like I done blocked all of that out. It's looking like Uncle Robert might be 5, 4 or 5. So maybe dad is 15, 16 in this image. I said 9. They all look like babies to me. It's interesting. Anyway, all right. I just wanted to share that because y'all know I be sharing too much. Queen AJ, you got thought or comment? You jumping in here?
Yeah, I like to see that so much because I was just talking with my mom about I'm working on like getting some more learning some more of my family history because I'm older now. You know, when my grandma would talk to me about it when I was younger, I was kind of looking at her like, "What are you talking about?" But I didn't understand why she was telling me anything. But now as I'm getting older, and I have stuff from when I was younger that I can save and put away, I think that I'm really learning the importance of having that stuff. And like now, I want my own copy of like the family pictures and stuff because I'm just like, this is like, great grandma has all the stuff, but everybody is supposed to have something. So even if grandma doesn't have it, auntie is supposed to have it, or mama is supposed to have it. And I think that right now, especially because I'm working on, I'm learning more about our history and where I come from. I'm just learning that like it's very important, like I'm saying, to have the copies and stuff. And I just think that it's so nice that you have that. Like I was just talking with my mom. I was like, I want to go over and I want to talk to great grandma and I want like for a couple of days and I want to like write down our family history and stuff because it's lovely to see that you have this stuff like the pictures and stuff and you know who the family is. I just really love that so much.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And y'all that don't know, that's Queen AJ, one of the former queens and Kings inside of our Sankofa Club. She's older now, but she's a seasoned 16 years old, right? So we love it when the youth come through and engage with us. But these are important conversations for all of us, right? Like I want talking to you about the pictures and whatnot, but I love that Queen AJ came and talked about putting their family story, their family history together. I think like this stuff becomes more and more important to us as we age, right? I think our elders would agree with that conversation because we seem to be more curious about that, trying to make the connection. But if we raise the children with this as their norm, not only do they know it, but they're also inspired by those generations. Because you got wonderful stories inside of your family, whether that's the grit and determination of getting over obstacles in life that are surely to come no matter what your age, no matter what your background. There's going to be challenges our young people are going to face. So there's nothing like family, using family stories and inspiration to continue to motivate and inspire them. But I think that we got to make it a priority, right? Like we got to make it a priority. And we've seemed to get away from that. I'm not sure if y'all were answering that particular question, but I was open to your thoughts on why we don't get together for Sunday dinner anymore. Is it the somebody come on, somebody join me on Zoom, join me in the conversation. I'm gonna read through these YouTube comments. Um, are we too busy competing with one another? Are we too busy fighting amongst one another? Did somebody steal $5 from you 20 years ago and you still don't trust them? Is that is that it? Are we too messy in the family? What are your thoughts? Or we're just too busy? Are we too busy? And I hesitate with that busy excuse. I'm gonna call it that, y'all, because during the documentary we did on my dad, I didn't know he was working 3 jobs, right? he was working 3 jobs, right? And still making these things happen and connecting to make it happen for his family. So I don't know if you maybe it was a different time. It was a simpler time, Freddie. You couldn't do this. I don't know. 3 jobs is 3 jobs, right? And that sounds like that's busy. That sounds like a busy life to start with, and then to have. I'm the baby of 7, by the way, so there's a lot of children to tend to. A home. He always kept his yard meticulous. Anyway, Brenda, jump in this conversation. And what say you, young lady? Oh, and then also let me know where you're watching from, and if this is your first time, or I know who Brenda is. All right. But anyway, tell the people this ain't your first time and where you're watching from.
Hi, I am watching from California.
Excellent.
And as far as for my family is living in California is very, very, very expensive, especially now. There's been a lot of things that have happened in California with us being one of the states that have a lot of immigrants here now. And we also have had a lot of fires and things like that. So as a result of all of that happening, prices for living here is astronomical. So I'm the oldest of 7, and we did used to get together for Sunday dinners. But now, because of the price of living here, siblings have had to move to other areas just to be able to afford to live, quite honestly. And the distance itself, with also being a ways away from each other and then working, it's sad, but it's true. So now the family dinners have turned into just weekly conversations to stay connected.
Okay, but y'all are communicating.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so you're taking advantage of the technology and the opportunity to do so. All right, all right. That was good. Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate you participating. Yeah, but that I love it that the family's still connecting. Is that any of you? Are y'all still finding ways to get together that maybe not in person, but utilizing the technology? And I got a bunch of comments over here. Janine says we all grew up and moved away, so I still have larger meal options every weekend. Only me and 1/3 of my sisters still cook big meals for our hubbies. Neither of us have kids. Family started moving further apart, says Nikki. The structure of the family unit, living close to one another, if not the same household, made a difference. Yeah, definitely, definitely. I can do it. It looks like a lot of the conversation is about moving away. Carla in Atlanta, but from Detroit, we elders must continue communicating and passing, teaching dignity, traditions, good and bad family history, and teach forgiveness and tolerance. Yeah, I definitely think the elders have to continue their role, right, and their position in the family and encourage the engagement and getting together with one another. This is something that I don't know. I'm guilty of this. I guess I'm becoming the elder. I got enough of this white hair to be one of to be one of the elders, right? But we got to make sure that it's important. So for those families that are like Brenda talked about, right, that may be there's distance for whatever reason, right? We're not all living in the same areas. Are y'all making a concerted effort to one, keep the conversations going, maybe via the family text thread, a weekly, monthly Zoom call? You doing any of that? And are we getting together on holidays and bringing the family together that way? So maybe we're not meeting 52 times out of the year, but you're meeting twice because everybody goes home to Papa's house and Grandma's house for the holiday, or are we doing anything like that? Somebody else can come on and chat with me about that part of the discussion. What say you? I got Crystal says Big Mama's cooking may not be passed down. Her collard green, her cooked meals are being replaced by fast food restaurants. Her home cooked meals are being replaced. Are we losing the cooks? Are we losing the people who got the soul of our food, right? Is that something that is being waned out of our generations? I saw a comment that grandparents are getting younger and younger. Um, I don't want let's not accuse these generations of doing things that we did in the past, right? That is something that happened historically in our community, in communities all around the world. That's not just us. And I don't think it's a new phenom. I think what's a new phenom is social media and us having an opportunity to amplify the messages that we desire. Um, yeah, but what are y'all thoughts on, are we getting together for holidays, right? I know next time I'll be home, we're going for a holiday, right? Dad's turning 96 in October, so we're definitely gonna go and celebrate that. People are consumed with eating healthy and considering some traditional food not healthy. Okay, so Stanley says it could be a dietary thing, right? I just wonder to that. It's kind of like and Corinna, this might be a good time to pull you in to the conversation. I'm looking for the live so I can play a little bit of.
Hey,
Who is that? Hello?
that's me.
Oh, that's you. That's you. Yeah. Because on the conversation we were having yesterday, the soul of your food, um, some people were asking about some of like the sodium content. Is there any salt? Is there this? Is it vegan friendly? Is it gluten friendly?
Right.
Like I think like we gotta remember like we don't have to participate, right? So if you go to the family dinner and you don't eat meat, then you don't eat meat, right? Like you just don't eat the meat. That doesn't mean that we can't come together and vibe together or eat something different, right? Like whatever the case may be. What's your thoughts? I don't know. That was just open. I was just
Oh,
trying to bring you in.
yeah, I was gonna say, let me know if it's too noisy out here because I'm outside and it's a lot of people talking. Is it too noisy? I can step away. Yeah.
What y'all
As
say?
long as you talk loudly, that's fine. Because Freddie, it was kind of hard to hear you with the noise.
Hold on. I'm gonna move. Let me move because I was out here by myself, but then everybody they're not here because they're on break. We're having a little break out here.
Okay.
Let me see where I can move to. Oh yeah, I'll move over here. Over here, there's music though. Is this a little better or no?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Okay. Yeah, what I was gonna say was it seems to me that people are did I lose y'all?
No, we're here.
Okay. It seems to me that people are more busy now and everybody's doing their own thing. And I think a lot of it too is that families used to be closer. They used to all live like in the same city and in the same neighborhood back in the day. And now I feel like people are spread out more, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and then as far as like what you were saying about sodium and healthy, I think that for those that are doing Sunday dinner, you know, and I'm going to tie it into seasonings, of course, because I make seasonings. But there's a variety. You can cook if somebody needs no salt. You can cook with no salt now. You can cook with. There's so many varieties of seasonings now. We make a big variety of seasonings where you can still cook Sunday dinner. Like Freddie said, you could not eat certain things, or if your family knows that you know, um, need low sodium, they can cook with less sodium and then everyone else can add a little extra to theirs, So I think meals can be tweaked a lot more now than they used to back in the day. But it just seems like people aren't really that close to, it seems like families are spread out a lot more now,
Yeah.
a lot further. That's what I think. I
That is,
love I love Sunday dinners. It used to be fun, but yeah, it's like even with my kids, like I try to do it and they're just like, oh no, I'm busy, or, just I'll come down to get my plate later or whatever. It's just hard. And also, if you have a small family, it's hard. Like we
yeah.
have a small family, but if you got like a lot of cousins, like Freddie, you said you grew up with a lot of cousins, and I did too, and stuff like that, then, Sunday dinners is a lot more easy and a lot more fun. When it's just a family of 3 or 4, it's harder.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. I just hope we kind of are able to start guiding our way back to one another, because it's just
Yeah.
like in crazy times like this, it just reminds us that family is important and family is what's needed. Um, yeah, we just definitely got to start bringing that back together, and one way to do that is with food, good people. That's why we held the soul of
Yeah.
your food conversation yesterday. I want
Tie
to
it in,
play.
Freddie.
Yeah. Oh man, look there. So this is part of our collaboration, right? She is a seasoning business. We do history. So we were connecting our Black history figures through food, right? And each of the 4 seasonings in the pack displays a different Black history figure and an opportunity to build, grow, and learn on them while enjoying the delicious seasoning. So I want to play a little bit from yesterday. Corinna, I'm just going to open with the first few minutes of the
Yeah.
show because we explained everything. We had a beautiful time. If you didn't catch it, this is a bit of what you missed. And we have the limited edition spice set available as well. But check.
Collector's item right here. Order it while it's still available.
Yes. Here we go. All right, let me know in the comments if y'all can hear this. It should be good.
We're almost sold out, y'all. Do we have an amazing limited edition, special edition product that we are launching today? Not only do we have that, we have a treat for you. We are cooking some amazing food. We're actually,
I
what
didn't
we're doing is
realize I didn't have you on screen.
We are.
I'll get you up at the top.
pepper wings.
There we
Every the
go.
boss squad knows. We're gonna make some drumsticks or chicken legs, however you want to call it, and we're gonna make some whole wings, and we're gonna make some sweet potato waffles. Okay, sweet potato waffles. And why do we choose these particular dishes? Well, let me tell you, it's because of this limited edition bundle, and I want you guys to pick this bundle up right now. It's linked in. Did you tell Lavette?
Okay, yeah, I did.
Okay, because Lavette, I need you to pin this bundle. I need you to reply to everyone's comment how they can get this bundle. This right here is the bundle of the hour, of the week, of the month, of the year.
Can I show?
And yes, please show it.
All right.
So the reason we're doing the greens today is because look who we're featuring.
See this? Do y'all see?
And Freddie's going to talk to you guys about all of our historical figures. There's a whole story of why we chose these particular figures for our first bundle. It's limited edition. There's not that many. You want to order these right now. There is a whole landing page which is going to give you the full story on each of our historical Black history icons. We have, and again, the reason why we chose these particular dishes right here. Well, you can show them that we have for the sweet potato. Let me get my glasses. And again, we're gonna have Freddie. We have Dr. Carver. Okay, so you guys. Well, Freddie's gonna tell you guys more about these amazing historical figures that we selected. But sweet potato pie. We have the Sweet Auburn District for the lemon garlic pepper. We have Georgia Gilmore for the fried chicken, and there's a story behind all of this. And we have Fannie Lou Hammer for the greens. Okay, and so that's what we make them.
I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, sister. I appreciate all of that. They're saying, can you show the bundle once again? We're definitely going to bring that up and let you take a look at that. But I want to thank and welcome everybody, right? Welcome to our of your food Black history cooking experience with Sister Corinna Jones, who you just heard from there of the Boss Squad. And they are in the building on Facebook, y'all. So I know she wanted me to make sure I was shouting y'all out. So Brenda, Sam, Heidi, Beverly, Lavette, Laquita, Tanya, Barbara, George, Gwenda, Wendy, it's just too many. Patricia, hey, everybody, they are fired up in the comments. And shout out to everybody here on the Zoom as well. We appreciate y'all joining us. Again, this is for our special event, right? We're bringing to you the Soul Black History Cooking Experience where legacy meets flavor. That's what we are focused on and talking about here today. You heard some of the scrumptious foods that's going to be cooked up live right here in front of you by our very own chef, Corinna Jones. But before we dive into it, let me know where you're watching from, where are you engaging us from. Go ahead and drop that down in the comments. But go along and also let us know, when did you fall in love with soul food? When did you fall in love with soul food? What is your favorite soul food? Let's hit it all. Let's hit it all. Is she about to prepare some of your favorites? Is that what we're working on today? Are we going to get some special bonuses? You're like, oh my God, she's making chicken and waffles. I love it. Right? I see Detroit is in the building, Fresno, Los Angeles, Ohio, Houston, Glendale, Ohio, Savannah, Georgia, Santa Cruz, New Jersey, Jacksonville is over here in the Facebook world. I've ordered for myself and given them as gifts. All right, Francine is already on it. Catch your limited edition of this special collaboration that we got going on. So hopefully y'all take advantage of that. But let me continue this a little bit further so we can get deeper into the food. I know y'all come to eat. I want to know, also rate your knowledge of Black history on a scale of 1 to 10. How would you rate yourself when it comes to our Black history and culture? What would you rate yourself? There we go. I'm trying to make sure I got my screen up right. I see some 5s, some 6s, some 7s, some 9s. Mississippi is in the building. New York, Michigan, appreciate y'all. See some 6s and 7s. All right. Kat, can you ask Corinna, how would she rate her knowledge of history? And what's her favorite food? What's your favorite dish? What's your favorite? Okay, I'm gonna pause it right there, right before we get into her favorite dish. Corinna, what do you remember? What your favorite dish is? One of those seasonings, right?
Yeah, I like. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, of course, fried chicken is actually my favorite dish.
I love it. I love it. So fried chicken, and
That's why we got fried chicken seasoning right here. This is the best fried chicken seasoning. If you want your fried chicken to taste good, you want to go to I Got You Seasonings and get this bundle right here. And if you spend $50 or more, you get free shipping.
Bam, there we go. All right, $50 or more free shipping. You can grab the bundle. I thought it was gonna be there.
The bundle's only $29.99, but buy one for a friend and get free shipping.
Yes, and we know the holidays is coming up. We know the holidays are coming up, so you're going to have an opportunity to do that and get free shipping in the process. Just buy 2 or more bundles. Hey, but what's really cool about this, right, is one, we got Gloria Gilmore tied to the fried chicken seasoning, and I'm going to make sure that I show you the end result, right, of what Corinna created at the end of the event. But what's cool about these is on the back, there is a QR code. And if you click that QR code, it'll take you to a special page on Urban Intellectuals where we go deeper into the history of each of the people or the areas that we featured. So Georgia Gilmore might not be a familiar name to you. And you might be thinking, why is she on the seasoning bunch? But she created an organization that sold meal plates, that sold fried chicken to fund the Montgomery bus boycott, right? To pay for the gas for the citizens that was donating their car, to bail people out, to feed individuals, to incentivize people, to compensate folks for continuing that economic boycott for 381 days. And we just wanted to highlight that tidbit of history because here is an element of the resistance that we don't talk about, right? Georgia Gilmore was not on my radar, right, until we started this research and started to bring things down. But it was really interesting. As much as we eat fried chicken, and y'all, don't y'all be buying into these stereotypes. Black folks, they just love fried chicken. Everybody loves fried chicken. You know why
Right.
everybody loves fried chicken? Because it's delicious, right?
Right.
That's why they love it. I don't care where you from. Once you have it, you're like, I want some more of this, right? Unless you make a conscious decision not to eat meat. That's fine too. But even vegans are trying to knock off fried chicken
Yeah.
as well, right? It's just a delicious combination. But that tidbit of history is really interesting. So again, if you grab your bundle, don't grab one, grab two. You might as well get free shipping. All orders above $50. It's $29.99 for all four of the bundles. I was gonna say cat, but Karina, how many ounces is in each of these?
Well, these are 5.5 ounce bottles, but the actual net weight really varies from seasoning to seasoning. For example, the sweet potato is it's a lighter blend. It's not as heavy as the fried chicken. So the weights are kind of they vary, but the bottle size is 5.5 ounce.
5.5 ounces. Okay.
Can I ask you a question, Freddie? Did Georgia Gilmore, did she actually invent fried chicken? I mean, like, did she start fried chicken?
No, 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 no.
Okay.
That's actually interesting because we tried to go track that down too. That's not identifiable to a single person. But she used it right as a tool to fund the resistance and fund the revolution, right? Our furthering our progress in this country. So I just love how innovative the community is, right? And using food in the process to do that, I think is a really good way
Amazing
to bring it home. Yeah, amazing, right?
and
Like,
beautiful, beautiful and amazing.
yeah, because how do we bring something like that together? That's I love the innovative community that we're in. And it turns out the food is delicious, right? Like somebody
Yeah.
selling a hot plate has all anybody. Okay, all right. Time for some honesty out there in the Zoom world and on YouTube. Give me a me in the comments if you've ever bought a hot plate from somebody in the community, somebody
I
in the
have
neighborhood. Oh, I know I have. Yeah, yeah, I
at the
might
barber
tonight.
shop, at the beauty salon,
Yes.
different places where people come by and they take your order and bring you hot plates. Oh yeah. And that's some of the best food.
Yeah, and it be some of the best food, right? And that's like a long tradition in the community, but I just never heard anybody bring this element to it, right? Helping
Yeah.
to build the resistance and the somebody say food be the bomb, right?
Yeah, B.
Right. Yeah, yeah. You
And
don't
I
always
think
need.
she let people come into her home and she had like little stools and stuff set up in her home where people could actually order food and eat there also. It was what I read.
Yes, yes. Good tidbit. Good tidbit. Yeah, good information inside of um our unique pairing, right? Our unique collaboration between history and seasoning and food, and bringing these stories home to one another. So take advantage of our limited edition, right? This is a limited edition offer for these four individuals. We got lemon garlic pepper, fried chicken, greens, and sweet potato pie. Sweet potato pie comes along with Dr. Carter. I'm saying George Washington Carver. I got Carter G. Woodson on the brain, but George Washington Carver, because of his work with not only the sweet potato, but particularly the sweet potato, this yam that is more familiar as yams out of West Africa, and all of the wonderful things that he created and built and enhanced the world with, right? Using sweet potatoes. Then greens we equate to Fannie Lou Hamer, right? Who is a powerful woman in the voting community, but also about food solidarity, right? And food sovereignty, meaning you should grow your own food. We should control our own food lines. So she saw not only the green in the land, but also the greens that will be good for our belly and nourishing our soul and commitment to the movement as well, right? And there's a lot of great history go along with her. Then the lemon pepper, lemon garlic pepper, let me get it right, is an ode to Sweet Auburn, right? Which is one of the richest areas and districts in, as they called it, the Negro world during the time of the early 1900s. but a very innovative and powerful area that isn't sweet. Lemon garlic pepper isn't it wasn't birthed there, but again, that's another place a hard thing to kind of tie down. But this area of Sweet Auburn was known definitely for having some of the best sweet lemon garlic pepper in the area or in the country.
Yeah.
So we're bringing that history and culture together as well. Go ahead, sister.
And black food, yeah. Just
Black-
black
yeah.
culture, black food. And it's still in Sweet Auburn, even though it's not the same neighborhood. They still have some of the markets there where you can buy chitlins and you can buy a lot of the soul food, and they have restaurants there. And, so it still has a lot of that culture. It may not be as, wide as large as it was back in the day, but a lot of it is still there. The history is still there.
Yeah. And that's one of the things we were kind of talking about, right? Coming together and doing a live event like this, right? But let me give y'all a little bit more of what it looks like or what it looked like yesterday, and give you a little bit more background as well.
And guys, keep in mind that not only are you going to be supporting your Black culture here, but you're also going to be supporting 2 Black-owned African-American businesses when you make this purchase. You're supporting two Black-owned companies, Urban Intellectuals and I Got You Seasonings.
I love it. I love it. Let me play a little bit for the people so they can see just a little bit more of yesterday's event. This is why y'all got to come on out, man. We put something together. It's always something different, special, and engaging. So hopefully y'all are enjoying it. Here's a little bit. Oh my goodness, it's delicious. So when we came out with the seasoning blend, and we did. Oh, you can't see it. There we go. Dr. George Washington Carver, right? And we talked about his sweet potato pie usage and how many different things he created from the yam, right? The sweet potato is
Right.
from the yam, right? If you go into Africa and West Africa, you find that the yams are a very important part of the meal. But when we came up with sweet potato, the first thing I said, I don't know if you remember it, is, oh my God, I love sweet potato pie. Like, I absolutely love it. I think it's the best thing since sliced bread. And it might even got a step on sliced bread, to be honest with you. But for those of y'all that aren't aware of who we are, right? I just realized.
We'll make that next time.
Say it again?
We'll make the sweet potato pie next time.
Ooh,
We're gonna make
we
sweet
definitely got
potato
to do that one in person.
Exactly. He has to be here for that. We
Yeah.
can't be making it. And then he's like, well, Freddie, that would have been your pie.
Yeah. We have to mail me some, but I like it. We're going to have to get in person for this next one because I'm excited about the foods that you're going to put together right in front of us. But I would be much more excited if I was tasting them, right? So we definitely need a taste test, and I'm definitely good at that. But Corinna, I know we talked about a lot of folks. We got a cross-pollination of our audience in here, right? And I see the squad, your boss squad is definitely in the building over here on Facebook. Shout out to all of y'all. Thank you for sharing. I see Dina likes greens. I see Mary is into, where did you go, Mary? Fried chicken and fried catfish. I sure love some catfish. Let me tell you that. Happy Saturday, Mike. Denise has fried chicken and mac and cheese and collard greens. She want a whole plate. I definitely agree with that. Let's get it all. But for those of us that may not know one another, right? We're not familiar. Our audience not familiar with you, Corinna, and your audience isn't familiar with me. So really quick, this is Chef Corinna Jones. She is the CEO of I Got You Seasonings. Born in Germany and raised in the kitchens of Atlanta, Corinna Jones grew up blending culture and flavors. Her culinary roots run deep, working alongside her parents in their award-winning restaurants and later launching her own food trucks and concession business, serving crowds, thousands across the country. This is the chef and I don't want to say mad scientist, the beautiful scientist and beautiful mind behind I Got You Seasonings. So Urban Intellectuals, please give a warm welcome and let the sister know that we appreciate her time and being here and participating with us in this collaboration. My name to the I Got You family is Freddie Taylor. I'm the CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals. Black History Made Easy is our mantra. These are world famous Black History flashcards. Over the years, we sold over 600,000 decks of these. December will be our 10th year in business. Really excited about that. But we use this term Sankofa a lot around here. And why Sankofa? Because it means to go back and get it. It is part of the Twi language out of Ghana. That means to go back and get it. So go back into our history, go back into our past, and bring along those lessons and the fulfilling things that we can learn and build upon. Is why you will see Sankofa around us a lot. And we're having the soul of your food conversation, Black History Cooking Experience, because our food literally is part of the revolution. And the revival, right? We come together, we talk about food, we talk over food, we bond over food. So that's why we thought this would be a good blended conversation to talk about the soul of your food. So a Black History Cooking Experience, really headed up by our master chef, Corinna Jones. So Corinna, I know this is a wonderful event, but I know this history runs, this food thing runs in your family. Can you just tell us a little bit about maybe your background and how did you get here and all of this passion you have for cooking and people? Like, where does all of that come from?
I'd be happy to. So just so you guys know, I appreciate Freddie giving me the title of chef. But I'm actually not a chef. I'm not a trained chef. I'm not a culinary chef. But I have owned I've owned fine dining restaurants. So my stepfather was actually an award-winning, very renowned chef. And him and my mom opened a restaurant years ago. And that was kind of how I got into the food business, right? I was, sorry, can you turn this off? I was, yeah, so that's kind of how I started. They had a small restaurant. I'm an entrepreneur by all means. I build businesses. I'm a business person. And so they kind of asked me to come in and help. And then that's kind of how my love of like the restaurant business started. And he had his own seasoning and it was called Herbs. Remember that, James? Herbs. Yeah. Yeah. And so James still has some. And so anyway, from there, I realized that how difficult the restaurant business is. So I was like, okay, this was fun, but there's got to be something easier. And then a lot of people were also asking me to cater and stuff like that. So from there, I kind of went to the concession business and then food trucks, and then, now seasonings, guys. And I've been doing the seasonings. I've owned the company for 5 years. When I originally, I originally was an investor in the company. It was in someone's home. I invested in the business. I loved it. And I ended up buying the whole entire business and making it into what it is today. Wow. And so I really, really, really have a passion and I enjoy what I do. And we have just, built a really great reputation here at I Got You Seasonings. We have over, let me turn off the ad. We have over 100,000 customers. We sold over 1 million bottles of seasonings. Seasonings is what we do, but we also make lemonades, as you can see right here. And I'm going to be using our famous fried coating. What I'm super, super, super excited about is this collaboration with Freddie and Urban Intellectuals, because I have a passion for history and Black history. I always have. And I have a passion for food and cooking. And this is just like such an amazing way to bring the two together and also learn in the process. I'm learning a lot. Not only am I learning a lot from Freddie about Black history, and this is only the beginning, but it also reopened my interest, just into my family ancestry and background. And I want to tell you guys a little bit about that later. But, it inspired me to just kind of go and do a little more research on my family as well. And we have a very deep, rich history in our on the African American side of my family. So that's me. Sorry, sometimes I talk a lot.
No, that was beautiful.
Oh wait, one important. Go to I Got You Seasonings right now and get this bundle, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. Everybody go pick this bundle up. First of all, these are our top 4 seasonings. These are the best of the best. Okay, this right here. Every kitchen needs to have this, first of all. Second of all, you're supporting 2 small, amazing Black businesses. And 3, there aren't going to be that many of these. We only made so many of these. So this is a collector's item, guys. This is a collector's item. It is special edition. It's only going to be available until they sell out. We'll probably do some other things, but if you want this one, this is the first one. Collector's item, limited edition, best seasonings in the universe. You will thank me later because all of your friends, all of your family, all of your neighbors, everybody's grandma, uncle, aunts, everybody's gonna be like, oh my God, what's different about your food? Well, I don't know. It tastes so good. And you're gonna be able to brag about it and say, I picked up this bundle on September, what's today's date? 13th. I was one of the lucky ones that got in on this bundle. Go to IGotYouSeasonings.com, click on the link that says Urban Intellectuals Bundle. Get your bundle right now before they're gone.
Boom. Go ahead and get your bundle right now before they're gone. And I can tell you during this cooking episode yesterday, y'all, and we're going to get this up on our YouTube page here at some point as well, so we can push it out. You can check it out. But Corinna does some deviled eggs. And I don't know if I told y'all this, but in addition to my sweet potato pie thing, listen, I'm going, if you invite me to an event and you got some deviled eggs, Brother Freddie, go eat them and he's going to judge you. I got like a running list of the best ever deviled eggs. I'm going to put you in that pecking order. But she did something a little special. She put the greens seasoning on the deviled eggs. Now, I've never seen this.
So good.
I am interested, though. Let me tell you that. All right. She wanted to jump through the screen. Boy, where do y'all see this food, John?
You can put the green seasoning on scrambled eggs, too. It's really good on scrambled eggs. Anything eggs, it's good on eggs, which is surprising, I know, but it's really true.
Okay. Anybody? Is that new to anybody? Are y'all out here putting green seasoning on your eggs and in your food, right? But what a way to spice up Sunday dinner, right? So if you're thinking about reviving that culture inside of your family, or even just starting with your immediate family, or even just doing dinner every Sunday with your nuclear family, right? Or doing dinner virtually, right? Like everybody prepared a meal, they come on with their plates, and then while y'all are eating dinner, you're conversing through Zoom or whatever online platform to kind of re-engage that. But hopefully everybody grab some seasoning, grab two, make sure you grab one for you, one for your sister, your girlfriend, and make sure that everybody has it before you have your virtual Sunday dinner. And then you can engage deviled eggs with the greens on it. Where did that come from? Did you just try it out the blue? Oh, and I do got a question about your name. I forgot.
I did just try it. I don't know what made me try it. I think Kat might have said it. Somebody said it. And I tried it, and I swear we only put green. We only make scrambled eggs in our house with the green seasoning now. And it's good on popcorn too. And another thing I was going to say, anybody who's ordering, if y'all could please comment below that you guys placed your order so we can give you a big shout out right here today.
Glad Hillman say I got mine. I saw that. I have to leave for another event. Enjoy listening to the combo order. I'll be ordering the seasoning. Hey, Crystal, all right. Appreciate you being here, stopping by, and grabbing some of the seasonings, right? Like keep on keeping that going. I'm interested in trying these eggs now. I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah, try it, Freddie. Let me know what you think.
That's good content too, right? Like, let me try that in the morning. Let me scramble up some eggs.
You can make a reel with it.
Yeah, and see
You
what
like
we got
making
going
reels,
on.
so that's right up your alley.
Yeah, and I like, I gotta have some post-workout food, and eggs is definitely a good one. I'm so used to eating my oatmeal. Which one did you say you could sprinkle on oatmeal?
The sweet, you know what? You know who has some on their oatmeal today? Ronnie. Ronnie has put some on her oatmeal today. I gave her and a Lamar a bundle. But yeah, you can put the sweet potato pie on your oatmeal, and she loved it. Or the peach cobbler too. But this one is the one we have in our bundle. So this is really good on oatmeal, ice cream, in your coffee, waffles, pancakes, and of course, candy yams, sweet potatoes.
Ice cream.
Yeah, it's good on ice cream. and coffee.
Elaine says she placed her order on Saturday.
Thank
With the
you. Thank you so much.
yeah, returning customer. I ordered my bundle yesterday. Hey, Gloria.
Thank you, Gloria.
AJ said, stop giving me ideas on the ice cream. Like, man, now I'm gonna take one for the team for y'all. I might have some ice cream later. Let me try that. Mr. Sidney said I ordered a bundle. I remember
Thank you.
ordering these herbs over 2 years ago. Very tasty. It was only me and my wife, so I could not use it all before the expiration day. All right. She's gonna empty my wallet. It's not fair. AJ saying she's complaining because you got all these wonderful ideas. What else we got going on? Listen, you got me. I'm about to wear this sweet potato pie out. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's the good thing about the sweet potato pie and the greens. You can use it and you don't even have to cook. Like you can put it on existing food. Like the
Mm.
fried chicken, you got to cook with it.
Right.
But on these two, even the lemon garlic pepper, you can sprinkle it on your food that's already cooked. A
I
lot
like
of
that.
times we travel with our seasonings, so like when we're at a restaurant, we just enhance the flavor with our
Oh,
seasoning.
that's next level. Folks just out here with hot sauce in their bag. So
Yeah,
we got to make sure Scott gets some because he's always eating on Sunday dinner. So Scott, we
okay.
gotta you gotta drop you some seasoning. Maybe you can try the sweet potato pie on some of your dishes. Now that's funny. I'm waiting on my order to come in, and I can't wait to use my sweet potato pie seasoning on everything. All right,
Thank you.
Alicia. Yo,
Thank
everything.
you,
Yeah, I've been
Alicia.
cheating. All right. I got these seasonings up here. I'm gonna have to go take them down and put them back in the kitchen
That's right.
and
We,
make sure I got them.
and you the owner of the seasoning, so when you run out, we'll just replenish you. Don't worry about it. Just let me
Oh,
know.
just
We
I
got
need
we got a stash set aside for you and for us.
I love it. I love it. I can be generous with my
Yeah.
dressing of the seasoning, right?
Right.
Now you're gonna make me make something worthy of it. Uh, oh, okay. All right, Lane. We appreciate you, though. Lane apologizes for not being on our Zoom session. She's just watching from YouTube. We appreciate you. Hey,
Thank
Nikki,
you.
she said I ordered two yesterday, so I can't wait to
Thank you.
use the greens and the fried chicken. Which one?
Post y'all's pictures and don't forget we got the I Got You cooking group. We got about 10,000 members in there. You can come over there and just post your pictures, and you can also post your pictures. Can they post them on any of your pages, Freddie?
Yeah, yeah. You can definitely tag us at Urban Intellectuals.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I got your page so
We
I can.
need to go live on Urban Intellectual page when we do our next event or
Yeah,
when we do
you got
something.
to get me
I gotta
together.
get I gotta get Freddie live on his page.
You got to get. I was glad you said it. You got to get me together. Hey, there was a question that asked, how did you land on the name I Got You Seasoning?
So people ask me all the time. I can't really take credit for that name because remember when I told you I invested in the company? It was a small little, a home-based company. The name was already there. And it's funny because when I actually bought the company, I said, I'm gonna keep the name. It's kind of catchy.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So there you go. Right. That's right. Yeah. Because I didn't know that.
Almost changed the name, and then I decided not to.
Yeah. I was wondering that, but I was stunned yesterday when you said you bought the company. I
Yeah,
don't think I realized that. You might have mentioned that to me. I know a little bit of the history, but I don't know. You know how
yeah,
it is. Like we got 1,001 ideas floating through our head, so I
yeah.
missed that somehow. But what made you say, hey, a partnership would be cool, but I think what if I just own this thing?
Yeah, because like I said, I came in kind of to help build the business and take a look at the business, and I just liked what I saw, and it was I just saw the potential of it, and I was just like, hey, you know I'll buy the whole thing, and that's how it ended up happening, and I just ended up kind of revamping quite a few things, and just kind of I took it and got the facility, and just kind of wanted to, I wanted to really bring it into like making it into like a real enterprise, a real company, a real,
Hey, flip your camera around so we can see.
oh, I'm sorry. Whoops. Hold on. How do I do that? Hold on. What I do here? Yeah. But yeah, so I just was like, I really like this. I feel like I can do a lot with this business, and I can just kind of take it to places it's never been before. And yeah, so that's what we're doing. And then we've gotten we have a lot of proprietary blends now, and we got our lemonades, and um, just doing all these great things with great people like Freddie, and it's just taken on a life of its own, I guess you could say, and I'm really pleased with it, and I'm really proud, of what we've built here at I Got You Seasonings, what it was and what it is now.
I don't know. I'm freestyling off the top of my head, right? Like we like rappers out here. This is freestyle conversation. But I was just thinking about maybe some of the entrepreneurs that might be in the crowd today, right? Or maybe even would be entrepreneurs, could be entrepreneurs, thought about it entrepreneurs, or knee deep in this game entrepreneurs, right? For those of you that don't know, Corinna and I are in the same mastermind. This is how we got familiar with one another in our businesses.
I'm here right
But
now.
yeah. That's another reason why it like sparked. I was like, oh, she's stepping out from the meet today. Like, right, I forgot totally. I should have been there in Atlanta, right? But I wonder, like, what advice? Okay, how long ago did you purchase I Got You Season?
I've had it for 5 years.
5 years. So 5 years ago, you decided to jump into. Now you had other businesses,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay. All right. So like what if somebody out there, anybody give me a B in the comments if you've got a business, dreamed of having a business, thought about it one day, could be considering, I don't know. I figured we got like some entrepreneurs here. So like why not just ask you a question? Like what are you or specifically like restaurants and food related businesses? It's a tough business,
Yeah.
right? Like it just seems like a really, really tough business. What are some of the things like maybe they should consider going into general? Yeah, take it wherever you
Yeah.
want. General
That's a good
entrepreneurship.
question.
Just
I was gonna say, that's a really good question. And I think the one thing that I always say about that is whatever business that especially if it's the food industry, because it looks a lot easier than it really is. Food trucks, anything food related. Um, but particular just any business, I think to me, if there's a business that you're interested in and that you're real serious about, go work in that business for a year. You know what I mean?
mm,
Work in the business for a year, and then, or even longer if you can, under someone who already has the business, so you can see, what it's really about. Because looking at it from the outside is different than from the inside. So practice makes perfect. So go learn the business. Go work in the business, and then if you can get like a little mentorship with someone where they can even teach you some of the insights of the business, that's even better. But you definitely, at the minimum, you got to go work in that business.
that's like great advice. It's interesting because there's a Facebook friend. She's a former mastermind member. I don't know if you know Joy, but she's interested in opening a restaurant and she decided to go work at Panda Express for a year. So she worked like as line service, she moved up, became the manager. Like they absolutely love her, but she knows she's leaving because she's just going to do her recon on what does it look like on the interior of a successful business and an enterprise. And we whatever you might think of Panda Express food, they got a machine, right? And they got a machine. They're pumping it out. So that's great advice. I don't know. I don't think I've heard that before.
Really?
This is that instant society we live in, where I'm supposed to have an ideal and $1 million in the hour. Like what do you mean? Like go do some research for a
Right.
year. But
Because
go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I've had people that have worked on my food truck and be like, I want to have a food truck. And after they work on a food truck for 6 months, they be like, this is hard. I don't think I can do it. I don't even want to anymore. You know, they change
What
their mind.
what do you think runs them away?
Um, because it's like a little teeny restaurant, basically. You know, like it seems all fun and great, but once you're actually in it, there's a lot of pressure because you're having to work. What do I think? Well, it's a lot of stuff, but I just think they don't realize how difficult it is in terms of, the heat, the small, you know, um, work area, the pressure, from the customers, just there's a lot to a food truck company, and a lot of people think it's real glamorous and fun. They're like, "Ooh, a food truck, I want one," and they come and they start working on. They're like, "Wow, this is hard work. Like, I don't know if I really want to work this hard." Because today's society, they don't really want to work that hard.
Yeah.
And when they see how hard it is, they're like, you know what? It's hot out here. I want to be in some air conditioning. I don't think I want to. I think I'd rather just do like a home work from home business.
Yeah, yeah. Then they find out that's hard too. Like, good Lord.
Right. Then they're
Like
like,
ain't no
oh,
free lunches.
that has challenges too. Every business has its challenges. And that's why you got to work in it to see if it's a match for you.
Mm, mhm.
Don't you think, Freddie?
Yeah, no, no.
I
I
mean, you're an
definitely
extremely successful entrepreneur. You know what I'm talking about. It's hard. Every business is hard, but if you're enjoying it, then that makes it easier.
I was gonna ask you that because you get people that are like, oh, I'm a good seamstress. I'm good at, you know, dressmaking. I'm a good pie maker. I'm a good baker. I'm a good this. I'm a good that. And people are telling them, hey, you should start a business around that. Can you maybe talk a little bit about the difference between enjoying something because it's a passion of yours and turning it into a business and a moneymaker? And
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Well, from my perspective, I just think that sometimes people don't understand. Like, it's a difference between knitting or sewing for enjoyment and knitting and sewing for a business. There's a whole different type of pressure. You have to, you have profit and loss statements now. You have, a team that you have to, you know, you're turning it into like um a an income stream now. You got to pay bills. There's a whole lot of different pressure. And so sometimes people think that they want to do something because they enjoy it. But then once they turn it into a business, they're like, oh my God, like now it's not that much fun anymore because now I got to do it at a very high volume under a lot of pressure.
yeah.
But that's, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I mean, I like the conversation or the idea of, loving what you do. I think you got to enjoy it to some aspect, but I think just because you're good at something don't mean you should open a business around it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and like, cause if you're good at it and you open a business around it, you're probably not going to love it the same.
That's kind of what I was saying. You might
Yeah.
not love it the same. I think, I think you have to have, I think the first passion to me that you have to have is for entrepreneurship because entrepreneurship is tough.
Yeah.
And not everybody has the discipline, the drive, the work ethic, just it takes so much self discipline because when you work for somebody, you got to be at work at 8:30. When you work for yourself, you get there when you say you get there. And if you don't have the discipline to make yourself get there at 7:30, and you say, well, I'm the owner, I can sleep till 10, and I'm just saying I've seen entrepreneurs do that and they don't succeed because entrepreneurship is a very, very difficult. It's like acting. You know how they say actors is like the ones that make it, you see them and you're like, oh my God, I want to be an actor. But you don't know how tough it is because I know some actors, how tough it is to get to where they got, to get to that point. And I think entrepreneurship is really hard and everybody's not cut out for it. So you got to have a passion first for that. And then the actual thing that you're doing within your business, within the entrepreneurship, it's something you have to also like and enjoy. But to me, the passion has to really be for being an entrepreneur
Yeah.
because there's entrepreneurs, there's There's employers and then there's workers. And some people, workers, a lot of times don't want to be entrepreneurs because they don't want to make those tough decisions and take those big risks and be broke sometime, you know, and not have money, you know, for 2 years, or go out and lose their business, you know, or be on that roller coaster to where, because before you get to the top, you know, you got to be on that roller coaster. You got to go through that pain and suffering. It's like athletes. Everybody
Yeah.
can't be an athlete because they don't want to do the work.
Yeah, no, hey, and that's when the work that's really requires the work. But I love that because you gotta, I mean, you gotta think about it and wanting to be, you gotta have a passion for entrepreneurship. Yeah, yeah, you gotta want this thing
You
because
got to want it
even
bad.
the wild part about it is you can be successful and still go out of business. Like that sounds crazy, but just because you make money today don't mean you go make money tomorrow. You can make money for the last 10 years and everything can change and now that business is gone. And if you
Right.
think about it, we see that all the time. And like when people are like they tell me, oh my God, you know, y'all doing numbers and y'all so big and it's this and that. And it's like, man, do you realize billion-dollar companies go out of business every day?
Yeah.
They do billions a year and they shut their doors,
Right.
right? So I don't care if you're doing 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, maybe even 9 figures. You are in danger of going out of business. And one thing that I don't think like most non-entrepreneurs understand, the definition of a small business is ridiculous. Okay. It's $500 million a year or less than 500 employees. What? Like that's insanity to think like that's a small business. But this is what I don't think we get as a community on how big Wall Street is. Like they are stupid big. Like if you're
Right.
$100 million a year company, they're like, hey, hang in there, little fella.
Right.
I mean, just maybe you might be able to make it with some luck. Pull out the cards, you do a little bit of praying, you might be able to turn this thing into something.
Right.
Because unless you're making at least $1 billion a year, you're
Yeah.
nobody. Like
Yeah.
you are unimportant. You're not moving the GDP. You're not doing things like you
Yeah.
think you are. And this is why, like, I love this conversation. I love this collaboration. I love that we're entrepreneurs because this is what we need in our community. We got to get serious, y'all. You know why our unemployment rate is so low? Because it ain't no black businesses that can hire black people. Now, they done showed you, this dude, Charlie Kirk, I was doing my best not to mention this clown. And all of y'all that be like, don't speak ill about the dead. Hey, I respect your opinion. That's your opinion. Don't be ill while you're alive and won't nobody speak ill about you upon your death. Now, I won't be disrespectful of him. I'll just talk about the things that he said and left for us to analyze. He called the Supreme Justice, Ketanji Brown, a DEI hire. She's perhaps, arguably, the most qualified Supreme Court member ever. This dude who dropped out of community college is calling her a DEI hire. Like, how insulting is that? Like, this is crazy. The level of vitriol and anger and attack that we face in this country just for merely having melanin in our skin. There's no other grounded base around any of this. But even our what was the statistic earlier in before this thing happened, which children were shot on the same day, no media coverage, no conversation out of Colorado. 350,000 black women lost their jobs in the last 8 months here in this country. I'm somewhere in there on the difference in the job loss because of really the stance of this country towards us. But if we don't, my point in getting at all of this is if we don't get serious about growing our businesses, we're not going to have the low unemployment rate that the country gets along with, because it's the big companies that are there. It's the companies that are hiring people, and people have a hiring bias. That's just it's really just life. I don't think you can legislate that away. People are going to gravitate towards, commune with people that look like them, that come from places they come from, that they're familiar with. Like as an employer, right? I think you would. I I don't know. I don't think you can. I don't think we can eliminate that. That's what I'm getting at.
That's true.
We need bigger businesses. We need this bus boycott for 381 days to pour 381 days into more of our businesses. We need more Sweet Auburns, right? We need more Black Wall Streets, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Richmond, Virginia, and like all of these areas around the country. We gotta continue this thing because I'm sorry I went on a tirade there, but we are behind because we're not building businesses that are growing big enough to hire people. Most small businesses have one person. That's the founder, right? That's wearing all the hats, that's doing all the work, particularly in our community. A lot of us say we're entrepreneurs, but we're not hiring people. And this is how we start to have the economic impact. You got to have a successful company. You got to have a sound business practice. You got to have a strong accounting system. You got to have solid cash flow so that people can be like, okay, I'm going to work for this company to make sure that we get this check so I can feed my family. Like all of this is like big and important stuff. I'm sorry. I don't even know where you want to come in on that, Karina. I just kind of went on a rant, but we gotta grow our businesses. So what I'm getting at is any of you have a business idea. If any of you are, I saw some people on YouTube, they're asking about investment opportunities. How can I invest in a business? Let me get it specific. I never had a desire to own a business, but would love direction on how to invest in businesses. Where should someone who wants to invest start? Elaine says, love this question, Nikki. Been having the same thought, investigating, but I could use some direction and more information. So I guess let me pivot this to you, Corinna, because you started out investing in I Got You Seasonings, right? So how did you find that opportunity? If you were looking for an opportunity today, what might you do or look for?
Well, that opportunity just kind of came to me. But I think if I was looking for an opportunity, I'm not sure. I know there are when we were at TSP, what's the guy's name that there's a gentleman, there was a speaker that actually like teaches you how to buy businesses and what to look for. I think you start with maybe researching and maybe talking to someone like him, because I don't know that much unless you know someone that has a business that you want to invest in that but other than that, as far as just on a random basis, I don't know that much about it. How to, invest in business. Now I do a lot of stock market stuff, but that's not the same. I invest in a lot of different stocks of companies. That's one way to do it. But if you actually want to invest in a way in a small business where you're participating in a business outside of stock, I don't know that much about that.
That's good. That was actually great advice. Ace Chapman is the brother's name.
Oh yeah, Ace Chapman.
Yeah, talks about buying businesses, and that's like a really hot topic. So if you just research like buying businesses, and you might be like, oh, I don't want to be the one. You can partner up with a friends or family and go in and purchase them together. But there's a lot of opportunity around this because the majority of business owners in America are baby boomers, and what is happening to the baby booming population? They're retiring, so they're going through retirement, and so are not only the employees. They're going to have that big space to fill in the employment gap as the baby boomers exit the employment market, but also they own the businesses and they are getting rid of and selling them. They're trying to give them to their children, but surprise, surprise, the children don't want the business, right? That's something Lamar always talks about, right? Your children don't want your business. You're going to pass down a legacy. You better figure out how to turn that into some cash. But they're selling them, right? So that is like a big thing that's going on. So Nikki and Elaine, you can do some Googling around that. I wish I had Ace's correct information, but ACE Chapman,
We could
young
probably
black
find
guy,
I
is
don't have it either. But I know I'm gonna have to get back in this. They probably
Yeah.
looking for me in here. I better get back in here because I've been gone for over an hour. As much as I'm enjoying this, we still got this platinum class going on in here.
Yes,
And
yes. No, get back in there.
if
And
I don't,
I appreciate you spending some time with us.
me
I
too.
totally forgot. Look,
Yeah,
us.
because we were having so much fun. Honestly, I forgot too. And then I realized that we only got about an hour left. And I don't even know what they're talking about in here, but I better go in here and learn something, guys, so I can, I want to, the whole point of this is to make our businesses bigger, like Freddie said, bigger and better. And that's part of why I'm at this, why I joined TSP and why I'm in this class, so I can learn more
Yeah, yeah.
from the big successful businesses, and even you can learn from everybody, small, large, whatever size, everybody has something to offer,
Definitely.
and you gotta take that, and use it, and build your business, from all the knowledge that everyone has. Like Freddie, I've learned so much from you, and I appreciate you, and I thank you.
Oh,
And I'll be back on soon. And don't forget to pick up y'all's bundles.
grab your bundle. Yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit more. But all right, go ahead and get some knowledge. Take some notes for me. I appreciate it.
Okay, I will. Thank you, Freddie. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
All right, talk to you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, excellent. Right, she's walking right into the session, right? So look, y'all, when I be traveling all the time, I ain't necessarily just messing around, right? We actually be learning and growing inside of these classes. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. I love that comment, Karina. And you can learn something from everybody. Yeah, we definitely got to continue to build, grow, and learn. I worked out this morning, and then after my workout, I was going to do an incline walk, right? And I'm like, let me text my son and see if he want to go on the walk together. That was really cool. We went on like a 2 mile walk together, and we had some really good conversations. And he has a business, and one of the conversations I was telling him is, you got to continue your learning and development. So I'm giving him book recommendations. Hey, this is what I'm reading right now. I think you might take a look at this because it's going to change your blah, blah, blah. So he was like, yeah, I've been meaning to. And I'm like, look, man, you got to if you're trying to advance at something, you got to get serious about it, and you got to lean into it. And if you can't do 30 minutes to an hour a day, you're probably not to your learning and development. You're probably not serious about whatever it is. And that's my general disposition to anyone, right? Whether you're a child, whether you're an adult. I know you got a busy life, but I know there's 30 minutes that you're just wasting. There's an hour that you're just wasting. What if you were just focused and locked in a little bit? I think like that's important. And I try to mix stuff, right? So when I'm running, y'all see me running, I got my headphones in. I'm listening to educational books. I'm just always trying to build and grow, right? And the mastermind that we're in, I'm just not there for this particular weekend. Is definitely part of that. And this was great information. Thank you for the talking time. Yeah, no, thank you, Brenda. I appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I know I'm a little bit all over the place, but we had a business collaboration, right? The soul of your food. So I did want to talk a little bit about the entrepreneurship element. I think that that's important. I think when we talk about the Sweet Auburn district of Atlanta, I think like that's a big conversation. So since we had that seasoning, I definitely wanted to bring that in. Let me play a little bit more of the event. I got 26 minutes left on the clock. I know the joke yesterday, which was great, was we ended on time. I know Sunday dinner gonna be 9 hours. No. We gonna be on time today-ish. Unless y'all invoke the ancestors and take me a different way. But let me share a little bit more of the event yesterday. Then I'll drop that link, and then I'll open up discussions for all of us here today.
Get your bundle right now before they're gone. So that's the only last thing I want to say about that.
No, that was perfect. And they're asking for the link on Facebook. Let me go ahead and drop that down in there. I just got on what are the seasonings again, just to go over the individual seasonings. First of all, hey, welcome everyone to our event, the Soul of Your Food, Black History Cooking Experience, featuring Sister Corinna Jones and her team. Someone just said, I ordered 2. I love it. I love it. That is great. Appreciate you. Yeah, I love that. All right, just ordered mine, ordered 2. Asia is grabbing theirs.
Who ordered 2?
All right, give me ordered in the comments if you've already ordered yours. Let's just see everyone in here. I see Asia says she's ordered 2. I should have ordered 2, says CJ. CJ, is not too late. You can also get them. I see orders coming through. Listen, if you don't know what we're talking about, we have a 4-pack of seasonings that we offer. Fried chicken. Uh-oh. Oh, that was me messing around. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, anyway, we got our deal right that's out there. Hopefully y'all take advantage of grabbing the seasoning. I thought it was a great way to bring together our food, our love of food, our Sunday dinner conversation, and our opportunity to grow and learn more about our history and our culture together. So hopefully y'all enjoying this collaboration. Okay, yes, I am. Hopefully y'all are enjoying this collaboration. Again, on each of the 4 bottles, there are QR codes on the back that you scan with your phone, and you're being taken to a deeper level of history and understanding around the individual or the place that we are talking about. For example, that's not the link. For example, so we were talking about George Washington Carver earlier. So if you were to scan the QR code on the bottle of sweet potato pie seasoning, this is what you would see. And you would, get that right, Freddie. This is what you would see. Yeah, sweet potato pie, the ingenious George Washington Carver. So we can go deeper into his story, his legacy, the food connection. How do we get to this? And why it matters today, reflection and table talk, call to action, and then also a link directly to our seasoning spice pack offer. Again, it's $29.99 for the 4-pack bundle, but it's free shipping for individuals that order $50 or more. So if you grab 2 of these, you'll get free shipping with that as well, and the opportunity to support our cause and our movement. But hopefully you enjoy the food as well that comes along with it. We can continue to build and grow, and you get with I Got You Seasonings. Sister Corinna has a boatload of offerings over there that goes beyond that. The lemonade, y'all, looks ridiculous. Like, I got to get me some of that as well. We don't have a JV on that, but no sweat, no worries. Just let me know what you think about it when you grab it. I'm definitely looking forward to it myself. All right, I want to open up the chat lines just to kind of hear what's on y'all mind at this moment. I've been all over the place. As usual, we take advantage of these Sundays and have a wide array of conversation. I got an opportunity to dig into my family history, sharing granddad with y'all and pops, right? It's crazy seeing him as a young man, right? Like that's pretty much wild to me. He was 46 when I was born, so he was about my age, right? I'm only a little bit older than him. Lord, I couldn't imagine having a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old. Like, that would just right now. Let's just say my parents are some special people, boy. Oh my God, there would be no Sunday dinner. I'd just be laid out on the ground over there. Like, why do I have a 3-year-old? And I got some peers. I got a buddy, he got a 3-year-old. And we just be looking at him like, man, hey, she's a beautiful little girl though. So, and of course she got him wrapped around her finger, but what else you gonna do, right? Why wouldn't you do that if you're gonna have a baby? You should be wrapped around their finger no matter what the age is. But that's another conversation. But yeah, what's on y'all mind tonight? You got any questions about the bundle? Do you got any questions about the food? Are we talking when are you gonna let me put it out there. If you don't have regular engagement with your family, how can you be the bridge? How can you start the process? Are you willing to start the process? Or is it important to you? Maybe that's not even a thing. Maybe you don't even care. Like, hey man, people grow up and they just wander off, right? There's a great story of Jim Rohn. I don't know if y'all are into personal development. I love Jim Rohn, but he talks about what if you had children and you just didn't really keep tabs on them and you just like, I don't know, they all just grew up and wandered off. Is that what's really happening in our families? Like, are we just growing up and wandering off and not really caring about the reconnection or the next generation? Where are you at on any of this, Alicia?
Mr. Freddie.
Hey, good brother. I got Alicia up first. Who was that?
Oh, it's brother Ron Triplett. I apologize. You know, I ain't got with the hand fingy thing yet. You're gonna have to give me
I got you. I got you next, brother. I got you next.
Okay.
Well, good evening, brothers and sisters, and Freddie.
Good evening.
I had that conversation with my two kids yesterday because they were asking me. I'm living in Georgia, my son's living in New Jersey, my daughter's living in Florida. So we sat down and they asked me, I said, how can we get together? I mean, I want to see my grandkids, I want to see y'all and everything. They said, well, you better get on a plane and come see us. And I'm like, okay. But me and my daughter are closer, so I can get to Florida, drive to Florida and see her. But it's just the point that now we just realizing that we all separate now. We're not living together in the same state anymore like we used to. Because when they were little, all of us was in Detroit. And now everybody's all over the place and we're like, hey, how we gonna see each other? So I talked to a couple of other people in my family, and we're gonna have a family reunion next year in Detroit. So I'm so glad they decided to do that. So I'm supposed to have a meeting tonight with everybody so we can get together. And I'm also going to incorporate that Black History mystery puzzle, as one of the meet and greet things we're going to do on Friday night, is to see how many pieces of the puzzle, each individual can put together. And the one that puts together the most pieces, we'll give them a prize. And Detroit is now doing these Detroit favorites where they got the Better Made, the Verners, and everything. And we're going to use that as one of the giveaways during that session.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy to, that everybody's listening to me now about we need to come together. We've been apart, for so long. And only time we come together is during funerals or somebody's getting married.
Right.
So we said we're going to enlighten everybody and just bring back having a family reunion.
I love it. That's a great way to kick it back off. Yeah. What up, though? I love that. And I ain't had no Verners or no Better Made potato chips. Look, I know y'all used to say it, like somebody be like, hey, you better shut up. Hey, Better Made potato chips ain't made me do nothing, right? Like that's
right.
That's Detroit for y'all. I love it. Good share. Good share. I'm glad to see y'all reconnecting and bringing it back together. All right, brother Ron, I got you up now.
That's an awesome situation there, and I hope it continues and doesn't die off. And it's a growing plague of situations across America with our Black and brown families. And I'm a parent advocate here. It's a Commonwealth state, y'all heard. So
where are you at?
I'm in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, home of the champ, home of Muhammad Ali, Freddie. So here's the thing with having a Commonwealth state, everything is catered towards. There's 7 states that recognize family as just mother and child. So when you're having all of these different programs and nonprofits, hardly anything is geared towards the Black and brown male that seems to have this, we don't take care of our children. But when you do statistics, and I know you do, Freddie, and everyone else, it's not talked about. It's not talked about that a lot of Black males are stepping up to the plate due to drugs, due to all types. And that's not a knock on our sisters. It's a gap that needs to be addressed seriously, before we even really start the I'm not trying to sound like you, Freddie. Before we even start the conversation of trying to get this ecosystem together, because it's gonna happen, Freddie. This platform presents that. But let's go back to parental alienation. This is everybody's homework. All of the scholars, whoever. Parental alienation is a format of alienating the custodial child. It's not, it has nothing to do with mom or dad. Whoever's the custodial child, custodial parent, a lot of times they get to manipulate and do some things that alienate the child from the other parent. That starts the ball rolling towards what we're plagued with now. And within our own system, we need to address that. It's tough. It's not a top, it's not a real, everyone has their own way of how they was raised. This single mom thing is backfiring, and the colonial ecosystem is benefiting from it. And we can talk later about that, but that's my opinion, and it is a fact that we're losing a battle because we have a serious gap. Whether you a college graduate, hood, you live in a well-to-do, we got all of these different individual ideology beliefs about our parenting, and we're leaving it up to the colonial system. There's no knock to the professionals on here that teach, etc. But we have to get a serious curriculum, which is what this platform is geared towards, and I love it, towards that, bringing both mom and dad together. They don't have to be in the same household, but see them. They don't have to be sitting beside each other at the football stand, at the basketball courts, wherever it is, but working together, because Whitey Almighty is benefiting from that, y'all. Period. But I'm done, Freddie. I'm sorry.
My bad.
Yeah, I apologize. I mean, I just don't, we all talk for a living, and I try to, we have so much bottled up, Freddie, and this platform, I can speak without somebody challenging logic. Logic. Freddie, I'm not trying to sound like you, sir. Trust and believe. But logic is logic, man. Logic is logic.
Yeah.
And that parental alienation. A black female lawyer from New York, Alicia Crow, wrote that book. My ex-fiance gave me that book. 4 kids by 3 different queens, regardless of what they feel about me. Made my own bed and I slept in it. And voila, daughter in the United States Navy, 24 years old. Son in Houston, Texas, man. And they have their own way of doing things, but just don't lose sight on they don't love me no more, this and that. You have to let them figure it out, and you don't have to cast yourself as the baddest parent. Kids will figure this shit out, excuse my French. And then they'll come to the point of what they got to do in order to not keep that curse going. Because it is a serious curse. It is a whatever form of a way you want to formulate it, but it is a playbook that is being played out, and penitentiary is benefiting from it, corporate America, passing kids along just to play sports, etc. And at the end of the day, Freddie, a lot of these kids that are coming up under that system, man, they're going towards, and I'm hoping I'm not rubbing nobody the wrong way, they're going towards other races once they get out on their own because they've seen the shenanigans go on.
What you mean by that?
Freddie. I'm
done. Hey, what
Mike,
you mean by that?
What do I mean by that? Is that we have some of our offspring that race mix, and it's based off of seeing mom or dad act foolish, do foolish, and these kids are more free spirited now, and it's a fact. It's happened. I love my grandbabies, but I have a mixed Korean beautiful grandson is born, and then I'm soon to have my second grandson that's coming up next month. You know, that's gonna be Afro Mexican. You know, it's real. And I'm not pointing a finger at mom. I'm not putting myself on no pedestal, man. But these are facts of whatever situation that occurs. That's what's going on. Will the kids talk about it in depth? I don't know. But those are my grandbabies. I love them dearly, and that's something that's the ricochet or the pebble in the whether you was the custodial parent and there I'm the one that did all of this, or you the parent that played the backfield, but whatever the situation is, that is a statistic that's going on right now. And you can see it in sports, you can see it in corporate America. I'm hoping that I don't get blasted for these comments, but it's a fact. And I'm not saying it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? I got best friends. Everybody has mixed relatives, things of that nature. But you know what I'm saying? When you see your parents act out and can't come together, I think that's some of the most natural things that happen. And you can't be mad at your offspring for that, by the way. But
Let's
I think those
I
facts.
got a question. Um so I would ask, do you think that the mixing, for lack of a better term, right, is a byproduct of, oh, I don't really like how mom and dad, whatever, how this shook out, over more opportunity, more engagement with other races, other cultures, more acceptedness of, hanging out together, whether it's, just um uh
Platonic.
there we go. Platonic. I'm like, man, I know it's a P. Thank you. Platonic in nature, like just more like, hey, it is a different environment. They're younger. They have a different viewpoint on the world around them. Hey, I like this person. They like me. We don't look exactly alike, but that's not really why we're coming together. We're coming together because we like each other. And we think that this is going to be a fruitful future together. Is it more just proximity, opportunity, or angst, right?
Freddie, there's nothing slow about you. And you asked a good question. And that out of 100%, you can take your slices in different demographics of the world, and everybody that comes together like it does not necessarily see each other as you white and I'm black. Love, as we both know, has no color. So, Freddie, you're exactly right. There are some exceptions. But then on the other hand, they're not going to blast their mom. They're not going to blast their dad. And those are the statistics that are unknown. But to the surface of experiencing the college life, experiencing the corporate America life, upper education. My oldest daughter, man, she experienced some things. And I did not say look out or nothing like that. I said you will see for yourself and go from her, because she was practically an A-B student at Male High School, one of the highest academic public schools in America, top 300. And it wasn't I didn't prance on her or nothing like that. But she did come back and tell me there's some things that, you know what I'm saying, that I'll just like, man. And I didn't have to blast nobody. These type of flashcards in history, Freddie, you on the right path. Trust and believe. You're on the right path. You're on the right path. And we can talk further about some other things, man. But you're on the right path with this. And it's nothing. The thing about it is when you become, and none of us are pure, but having knowledge, you have to set your offspring up for knowing both sides. You see what I'm saying? Because they're gonna get picked on with pretty hair, slanted eyes. You got to know whatever side you on. You can't isolate them, because what some people will do, colonials, is when they do get that mixed race in them, they'll brainwash they grandson or their kids to think that the other side is primitive people. When you don't know, and then they'll hold that trust fund over them. When you get asked that shit is still going on to this day. It's silent. And then these kids are choose because of economic and financial values. You hit the nail. And next thing you know, they'll disappear out of your life
I got you.
based off of. So it's, you pose the question. I'm sorry for being long-winded, but I've lived some of this stuff. I'm going through some of it now, and it's not stuff, it's life. You know what I'm saying? But knowing self, knowing who you are, whether you biracial or not, is the key. You try to hit me with this, I know my culture in that. You hit me with this, and that's a key point with this, is knowing who you are, whether you got 5 or 6 different races and you know them all then to
Yeah,
protect yourself, because
I like that.
you're gonna get picked on, you're gonna get poked at. And this is a platform that indicates that I just don't come from slavery. I just don't come from poverty. I'm not just a person that's got a single mom and I've made it to the lead. All of these narrative stories that sound good, but everybody doesn't come from that type of place.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, this is perfect, brother. And don't apologize for the length of the reply. I tried to prod you a little bit. So
Well,
I was trying to geek it, you know.
I work in the nonprofit sector, y'all, and I see, just like you all, we see a lot, and it's like, man, are you worrying about your career or impact? You know, we can over impact, we can over advocate and under impact, and we're experiencing a lot of our young moms getting shot. You know, a Caucasian man cut his own daddy's head off 2 weeks ago across the bridge. You know, it's a lot. Crime is everywhere, and he who thinks this black on black crime stuff is the thing of all. You know, check out 2020 tonight. Check out Murder She Wrote. Check out Mystery Murder. Check out all. They all are Caucasians. They make money off of violence differently. They send our kids and offspring and family members to penitentiary. They create documentary theatrical, and everybody runs and go get this popcorn. But the reality is, people are getting killed, buried. They either bury people, burn them up. Unfortunately, we'll leave somebody on the concrete bleeding out. People kill differently, but it's publicized differently. The killing of this young man that was coming up in the Republican Party, as you indicated, you know, come on, man. Barbaric, and a lot of people don't really care. Unfortunately, not me saying it personally, but I'm saying the people who even are you know where I'm going, that put that shenanigan together, man.
Yeah.
CIA, FBI, and everybody else in between, and somebody that's not even military trained to take a shot like that, that's another whole topic, Freddie. Please get somebody else, man. We talk for a living. I'm trying to spare you, man, for real. But it's real, Freddie. It's real. We love you. We appreciate you, man, and keep doing what you do, man. This platform is ready for that. I'm hoping that throughout all of this verbiage, that people are understanding that even if you mix like a lot of people are, man, you have to know where you come from, period. Where you are islander, city slicker, country. People are gonna take the shots that they need to take to disrupt your mental. Once you disrupt your mental, it's like boxing. You know what I'm saying? You go to the body, the head it's a wrap. So it's going back to your platform, man. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
My man, I definitely appreciate you, brother. You know, commenting and engaging with me. We got to get you to learn. We're gonna get you to figure out how to raise this Zoom hand. We're gonna pull that together. What?
Hey, man, I got you. We're gonna figure it out, Freddie. We're gonna figure it out, man.
We're gonna figure it out, man. We're gonna figure it out. Hey, you know, what I love is we can have powerful conversations, deep conversations, and we can have fun, right? This is what we do in the community, right around the table. And y'all already know if you're gonna mess around with me, I'm gonna tell some jokes. I don't know. They might not all land the way I think they do, but The brother gonna be out here shooting with his humor. But no, good conversation, good discussion. And again, I loved how he led with, I'm a parent advocate, right? I'm out here in these streets doing this work, having these conversations on the ground with the people, not just in these social media streets, because folks is wild in
Right.
these social media streets. Let me tell you. I got Al. Come on into the discussion. What say you, young man?
Hey, my brothers and sisters, how are you today?
Great.
I
How
uh,
you
I,
doing?
I find this conversation very enlightening. We talked last week, and I want to mention the concept of voting. And there was a position that why should we vote? Because they're gonna do what they're gonna do.
Mhm.
And then there's a position of all the sacrifices that were made for our ability to vote. And what I see is what I continue to think about when I think about um, this issue of voting. Uh, the young man who was shot, he was so popular with the Republicans because he brought out a lot of young white youth to vote. Redistricting is taking place right now so that certain parties can garner the majority of the votes. If they are seeing great value and benefit in voting, I think we don't need to close our eyes to the importance of voting. I agree with the fact that voting Democrat, which I did for years, has not been good. But I also agree that the reason Democrats have not done anything for us is because once we vote for that person, we through with the whole process. They then go to Washington and do whatever the hell they want to do
Yeah.
because we voted them in. And then when they don't do what we think should have been done, then we'll start complaining amongst ourselves. But voting is like life. Life is a participatory experience. You have to be engaged and in tune with life. You have to be engaged and in tune with this government and society in which we live. We cannot shut ourselves out. In the 70s, 80s, and 90s, I don't know if many people have heard of this guy. He's an economist and a sociologist, Thomas Sowell. I don't know if people are familiar with Thomas Sowell. He was a very conservative black man. And he did not believe in affirmative action. He did not believe in equal rights and all of that stuff. And I, back during that time, I was one of the people who said, this brother is a sure enough Uncle Sam, Uncle Tom, excuse me. I criticized him for days, but when I start to think about it today and listen to some of the things he said just recently, what happened to us was affirmative action. What happened to us was the welfare system. When Brother Ron was talking about the issues between parenting, the welfare system did that. It meant that if you were a sister having a baby, we would give you money if there was no man involved, creating a wedge between the male and the female. And this has been going on ever since then. When I think about what Thomas Sowell was saying, I think about most of us know about Black Wall Street. There was no affirmative action with Black Wall Street. There was no welfare with Black Wall Street. There was no equal rights with Black Wall Street. And when you look at all of the great communities built by Black folks, built from the 1850s to the 1950s, they didn't have help from the greater society. They did this on their own. And somehow these systems that we become so endeared to have created a disconnect in our own ability to become entrepreneurial, to build our own businesses, to employ our own people to address the social and economic issues of our day. So when I look at life today and I think, and again, As I was listening to Brother Ron, I'm still thinking, look how this propaganda has worked. This propaganda has caused us to believe and behave in ways that are unhealthy for us. And one of the things I'm glad to hear people talk about today is the issue of race, because so many of us are mixed. I don't want to be so black that I can't acknowledge the whiteness in my brother or sister, because many people are mixed. And we are forcing people who are mixed to choose a side rather than to engage both sides. We have to be able to face the realities of the inhumanities of man upon man. And as I have learned in my own spiritual journey, that when I truly believed in Creator, not necessarily the Bible, but in Creator, being black became insignificant as to who I am as a being. I am a man who first and foremost believes in Creator. I just happen to be this color. That is for me an evolutionary state. The most elementary state of being people is to be black, to be white, to be brown, to be yellow. That's the most elementary and the most vulnerable state of being. To become humane is to see that human beings are the race upon this continent, upon this globe. Human beings are the only race. And then once I become spiritual, that's when I begin to understand that I have to love my brother as I do myself. And that hate and the people who inspired me and during my time growing up was Desmond Tutu, Nelson Mandela, uh, El Malik Shabazz, El Haj Malik Shabazz, Dr. King. And these men all in there, and even Brother Shabazz realized that, hey, we're all one people. And we have to learn that hate does not solve the problem of hate. And it takes great courage and great strength to love. Because people get on your last nerve. And to love them when they're on your last nerve, man, that takes some development. But we, again, are our greatest natural resource. And I believe that we have to come to an understanding of that and to have the conversations with the disagreements that allow us the opportunity to do critical thinking. If I never talk to anyone who disagrees with me, then I can become very egocentric. But if I talk to people who disagree with me and have a foundation of their disagreement, and I can still come out and be secure that I believe that love is the key, then I think I am doing some growing. And I've had to become introspective to get to the point in life where I am now, because I was raised to be black and proud. I was raised to be Afrocentric. And I'm not saying when I say being black is insignificant, I'm not saying that I don't have a sincere commitment to acknowledging what my ancestors went through. I know what this color has done to my ancestors. I am not denying that. And I think the recognition for that, I play a part in making that so. Knowing my history is a part of that. But again, when I look at life and I say, man, these brothers and sisters that built Black Wall Street, they didn't have affirmative action. They didn't have a Civil Rights Act. They didn't have a DEI. And look what they did. There's a town in Oklahoma called Boley that gets very little notice. But Boley, Oklahoma was one of those black towns that black folks built without any outside help. And I think that the propaganda that has been worked on us to make us think that we need these systems to improve ourselves That's the psychosis that I think we deal with. And Brother Ron was addressing that, at least I felt he was in some of the statements that he was making. And again, I think all the time, Freddie, you said propaganda. Do we really understand? Have we really stopped to think? Have we been propagandized? And if so, what has been the result of that?
You complete? That was interesting. All right, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And Georgia, I got you coming up next. I gotta address some of this. I gotta address some of this. I'm gonna say some things. I'm gonna say some things. And one, I'm gonna pat myself on the back because I do well listening when I disagree with someone or I see things a different way or I want to add something. I've learned in the graying of my beard how to shut up, how to be quiet, and how to allow people to be complete. And in order to fill in that space, that angst that you read something or you hear something you like, that's garbage. I want to tear that up. Let me jump in there. Let me say this. But are you aware of, hey, have we considered, let's at least think about this a little bit more. But rather than speaking, I started taking notes, right? So I got like a lot of notes that I want to try to address at least some of these things. Number one, propaganda. Yes, absolutely. We got to dig deeper into that. And I'm going to give y'all some insight since we always got something going on, right? Something new, right? Was the soul of your food, right? Something different. Well, October is coming and there's a little holiday coming up and we're going to do something special for that holiday. And I got it's going to be like an hour lecture by me, right? Like I'm coming prepared. I'm coming to have a real conversation and I'm going to center propaganda in this discussion. Like we talked about it last week. Like, man, Brother Freddie brought it up. We never really got into it because I've been planning something. But we're going to lay into this propaganda because the brother Al is absolutely correct. We have been propagandized tooth and nail to our own detriment. And I need to get out of here, right? I'm looking because I'm over and I'm fired up. I almost want to let you in, Georgia, before I just try to rip the scene off of this place. Because Brother Al is right. We don't need these systems. This isn't what is needed. What's needed is some actual damn freedom. But we're going to get into that in just a moment. And Georgia, I'm going to let you in because I feel like I just want to end with, I kind of want to go out because I don't know where you're going, what you need to, how you need to add to this conversation. But I want to hear it and I want to give you an opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I was listening to Brother Al, and I too have read and listened to Tom Sowell, very, very conservative. And a lot of times we tend to make everything sound so simplistic when it's far more complicated than, a simple message. Back when we came out of enslavement, we were able to do all of these things. But all of those things that we did on our own, they burned them down. Okay? They burned them down. It's because that group of people don't have a lot of talent. They don't have a lot of knowledge. Who comes to a nation and tell people that they discovered it, couldn't grow a piece of rice, couldn't grow any fruit, vegetables, or anything? Okay? So everything they have, we provided for them, and then they took it over. So with regards to this Tom Sowell, again, who keeps saying that, we need to be conservative because when we're conservative, we get all this stuff done. Black people have always got a lot of stuff done, be they conservative, liberal, moderate, it doesn't matter. That is who we are, and that is what we do. As far as that welfare system was concerned, is like anything else that someone else creates. They create it with an end in mind. Okay. And so, therefore, them creating that, if used properly, could be somewhat of a benefit. But yes, they were definitely interested in breaking down the family structure. But they did that throughout the entire time of enslavement. That is not anything new. So I think we need to understand that these people don't sleep. There's a Black woman years ago, she's now passed away, but every year we would have these uh, um, meetings where the Urban League and all these groups would come together and do the state of Black America. And this Black woman said, look, the principals are scared of the school board is scared of this, the parents are scared of this, and the children and the children ain't scared of nobody. Remember that? Okay. The issue is that we still have to come together, but we still have to use the systems that are in place, but we have to use them to our advantage. And what I have found as an activist and an advocate in my community here in Virginia Beach is that you were absolutely right. We elect people to office and then we forget about it. And my position and my focus has been to our community, to our churches, to our neighborhoods, is what are your 10, 20, 30 issues that you want solved? And you put your list together and you do your list based upon who solves what. Is this a state issue that needs to be solved? Is it a local government issue? Or is it a federal government issue that needs to be solved? So put your list together and then divide it up based upon who's responsible for getting these things solved. And once something is solved, you check it off the list. But if you still have a list that's longer than the first 10 items, add a new item to the list. And you keep doing that until you get your issues resolved. Because like many other people, I did not realize the full depth of government. But I do know one thing: me and my people pay into the tax system. So don't tell me I need a handout. No, I need you to give me my daggone money back. If I pay money into this darn system, then I want my effing money back.
Period.
Okay? I want my money back. If my community over here is depressed and you gentrified my community and you claim that you had these opportunity zones, but nobody that looked like me could get any of those federal dollars to build within that structure of the opportunity zone that allowed us to own the buildings, allowed us to own the businesses, allowed us to change what it looked like. Hello. No, you give me my effing money back. I paid into it. You offered this, you give me my money back. And I think what we have a tendency to do is when someone has said something cute and it does kind of feel fuzzy and warm, we jump on board to that. Then somebody else says something cute and we jump on board to that. Well, I don't jump on board to none of that stuff because I made a decision that I understand what these suckers are doing. And I chip away. I had to sue my doggone city because they had an illegal voting system. And guess what? The federal court said yes, and we won the lawsuit. Okay? And therefore, we had to change our election system here in the city of Virginia Beach, the largest city in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Okay? And let me tell you, we do not stop just because you win. And I keep telling people that that's the other thing we do. You go out and you win something and then you go, yay. No, I don't yay. I want results. And so I'm constantly putting, just like they put their foot on my neck, I believe it's my responsibility to continue to keep my foot on their neck until everything that needs to be done is done. Because I have to make sure that things get better for those that are coming behind me. So one win is not security. One win is simply a start toward the security that my children, my grandchildren, great-grandchildren, hey, and those other people in my community, in my city. So just like I'm fighting on behalf of my family, I'm fighting on behalf of all my brothers and sisters and their children too. Okay. So with that being said, love, hate, and all this other crap, there's always going to be love. There's always going to be hate. Okay. That's just part of nature. So affirmative action, I want my affirmative action. If my people built Tulsa and built Rosewood and built all of this stuff, I'm not just talking about reparations from when enslavement took place. I'm talking about reparations for what happened yesterday and the day before that and the day before that. Okay? Hello. So I'm tired of us sitting here letting people off the hook. No, you don't get off the hook until my whole community, my whole nation is free, completely free. Okay? So that's all Georgia has to say today. But that kind of roughed my feathers, okay? Because we tend to sit here and go kissy kissy and everything is going to be all right. No, it is not. I got to love him, yeah. And I love him, so all of a sudden things are going to be all right. It is not the case. Because, baby, we've been loving each other. We're the group that other group over there, what they doing? Shooting at people left and right. Shot up that sucker the other day. And as scripture said, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. He bragged about guns forever. Okay? And how did he die? He died by the same thing that he bragged about. Okay? And as someone who's lost people from gun violence, I don't condone it in any way, shape, or form. But your mouth is powerful. And life and death is in the tongue. He spoke death continuously. He was mean to people. He did all this stuff. And so with regards to Al, thank you for your comments, but you did make me wake up because I was sitting here and I'm listening to all this stuff. But thank you, Al. Thank you, Brother Al, because I have a tendency to agree to some of your stuff, but I think you're too nice and you want, how do I put it? You want to help the oppressor under the auspices that you're helping yourself. And that is not the case. Stop helping the oppressor. I don't care if it's coming out of the mouth of Sewell or Stephen A. Smith or that idiot, what's his name? That what's that stupid guy? Brian is one, but it's that guy with last name start with a W, and I think he's in media or something. Whitaker.
Jason Whitlock.
Yes.
Whitlock.
Whitlock. Thank you. It's about the most foolish stuff that comes out of his mouth, and everything. So anyway, Brother Al, I love you. I love my people. I love them through and through. But sometimes we got to sit back and say, are we helping each other or are we doing harm to one another? And that's how I address things. If what I'm doing is not really helping, then maybe I need to change what I'm doing. Maybe I need to change what I'm saying, because being nice, it ain't never worked, baby. It ain't never worked. I'm sorry, it hasn't. You're going to have to sit here and stay tough and get things done on behalf of all of us. Because I'm going to tell you, when I went in that fight because of a man named Reverend Vernon Johns. He says, sister, if you see a good fight, get in it. So you know what I did? When that fight came up, I got in the doggone fight. All right? So some of y'all need to get in some good fights, because apparently you're fighting battles that ain't worth getting in. Because when you get in a good fight, you stay in it, like the folks that marched for 381 days. Thank you. Love you all. Thank you, Freddie.
I'd like to say thank you, sister, for the comments that you made, because I am trying to, I did not mean to imply the things that you seem to think I said. And it helps me to hear your comments, because it helps me to fine tune my perspective. So I am very thankful for that. I, like you, man, Give me everything that I and my forefathers have earned. Give it to me. Don't give me a welfare program. Give me my money. Give me my land that you took back from me. Give me the cities that you burned down. Give me all the wealth that you took from Black Wall Street. Give these things back to me. I'm in favor of that, and I apologize so much that I did not convey that in the things that I said. Now, the one thing that I still believe in, and it sounds crazy, I still believe that love is the key. I still believe that when Dr. King talked about the importance of nonviolence, it was so pivotal in making the changes because when the newsreels were being sent around the world, and the only evil they saw was the evil that these white people were perpetrating, it made our position very strong. And if we had been fighting back, it would have the impact could have been drastically different. I think nonviolence was a key component. And again, that's spiritual belief that Dr. King. And when we talking about Vernon Johns from Dexter Avenue Baptist Church, what's the street?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, because
Absolutely.
and I'm
He
a
was from
firm believer.
Virginia before he got to Dexter Avenue Baptist Church, though.
I know he was
His,
one.
his daughter integrated the schools here in Virginia. Okay.
Yeah, Vernon Johns is someone that most people don't talk about, but he was a
Yeah.
remarkable man of his day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Go
They
ahead,
they
Freddie.
removed Vernon Johnson from
Vernon Johns.
Vernon
Reverend
John.
Vernon
They
Johns.
removed him from the church that because he was too radical, and they brought in Dr. King.
Yeah,
They
because
brought in
he
Dr.
was a
King.
civil
Yeah.
rights activist through and through, because he was
Yeah.
radical. He was radical, and that's why I like him, because you got to have people that are radicals. And keep in mind, you're absolutely right. During that period of time of Dr. King, it was very different. Remember, there was only one basic media to get information out. That's not the case now. Okay, it's like what happened with the person. I'm very careful about what I call these individuals. That person that was shot. Okay, in a matter of minutes, they immediately declared that somebody else was responsible for it. Hadn't gotten any information.
I know.
Hadn't done any research. Did all of that, and then when they found out it was one of their own, then it was like, oh, I was hoping it was going to be a black person. I was hoping it was going to be somebody. I was hoping it was going to be a foreigner. These people have no spirit. They have no soul.
Yeah,
there's a problem, because I'm telling you, you cannot do this for 400 years and do it in today's time if you have a soul. Because all the stuff that has been done to us, have you seen us go through their communities and shoot them up and just go? But while even our Black Panthers, even our Nation of Islam, even all the different groups that we have had, there has never been a war against those people. Never been a war. We've said clearly, if you attack me, we will have the right to defend ourselves. And I believe that through and through. But if you look at what they're doing now, Brother Al, they're literally putting armies. They call them National Guards, but they're literally putting armies to be able to take out a whole block. Those are our people. So I can't have that similar type of feeling that you're bringing to us in terms of kumbaya. I just can't.
I love it.
And maybe I
love it.
but I can't have that type of feeling. But Brother Freddie needs to talk and close us out.
Yeah. Because we're going to be here all night. Because every
Correct.
time either one of y'all talk, it fired me up more. I take more notes. I'm like, man, are we ever going to be able to get out of here? But
Hey, Freddie, real quick, when they talk about affirmative action, please remember that affirmative action, 80% of people who benefit from affirmative action were white women.
Caucasian women.
White women. And
I'm about
also,
to eat all of that up.
I read
Thank
Tom.
you, Freddie,
I read
and we
Tom's.
understand that. We understand that. And guess what? we have people like Tom Sowell and like Ben Carson and like who's up there now, like these people who intentionally support the oppressor. Clarence Thomas is a prime example. Clarence Thomas knows he got all of his stuff because of affirmative action, but now doesn't want affirmative action. He also knows that it would be illegal for him to marry the person that he's married to, but yet he wants to, do laws that say there shouldn't be interracial marriage. So we've always had that.
Well,
Brother Al.
he, Ben Carson. There's a long list of individuals that have got in and took the bribe to shut the door on you, and that's where I wanna close. We gotta close out. Right? I gotta close out. This could definitely go on forever.
Freddie, Tom Sowell in Uncle Tom's Cabin was Sambo and Quimbo who beat Uncle Tom to death. Yes. That's who Tom Sowell is.
That's who Tom Sowell. Listen. All right, let me close it out.
Okay, close it out. Thank you.
Let me close it out. I'm gonna try to be as quick as I can. But like y'all, I was listening, and I got to be respectful, and I like to listen to other people and let them get their thoughts out. But I don't have to agree with you, and I just because what I learned through my time, right, my development, because Brother Freddie is a lot more fiery when I lose it than you might believe. But what I've learned is silence doesn't mean agreement. And that's okay to let people talk, let them get it out. You don't gotta agree. Hell, you might learn something. And the first thing I'll say is, my goodness, I'm glad I shut up and let Sister Georgia, did I get that right, Georgia?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm so glad I let Sister Georgia talk, because I was going to go on my tirade, but she said it in a way more eloquent way that I think, right? I'll just emphasize some things and maybe go a little bit further. But Thomas Sowell, listen, anytime somebody evokes that dude, I know exactly where you're coming from, right? This is why I love John Henry Clark, right? He's on my wall right here, but y'all see him in the flashcards. But I love it because he said, when you speak, I hear the books you haven't read, right? And I love that, because what it yearns to is to be so thorough in your understanding that soon as people start to talk and evoke their pillars, you understand where they're coming from. Now, anybody could be much deeper than what they're presenting, right? Because intellectualism is a chess match, right? So we play games sometimes too, right? But when you start to evoke these pillars, it's like, man, I kind of know exactly where you're coming down from, because we know his work, because I don't read and listen and learn in a silo. We got to go out and explore other things, right? But dude just leaves out a lot of stuff. It's like Charlie Kirk. It's like Ben Shapiro. It's like all of these. You could just keep naming them back, all the way back to the eugenics, all the way back to the people who talked about, oh man, the size of the skull tells you about the intellect. Like all of this politicized educationalism and intellectualism and garbage that they use as scientific fact to back something up. Oh, black people are abused over welfare. Oh my God, this is so terrible that a single mom or a mom who doesn't have the support of people around her can go get some of our tax dollars to lean on for a bit to build. Oh, it's just these black people abusing it. Do you know the largest beneficiaries of welfare is white folks? Why ain't this an issue in their community? Why is it just in our community? Why do we fall victim to this propaganda garbage, right? Black Wall Street. You got that without affirmative action. You got that without. I was just in Tulsa, Oklahoma, standing at Pine and Greenwood and Archer, having a conversation with the historian, looking at the tracks, letting you know on the other side of the tracks, you couldn't go over there unless you was in the service industry, wiping, picking, cleaning, picking up. And then by sundown, you better get your butt back across the tracks. That's why they thrive, because they ain't had no choice. Get out of here, because they ain't had no dollars. This is illogical nonsense. And then when they did what they were supposed to do, that 40 acres that O.W. Gurley, purchased himself, wasn't given by nobody, purchased, built, subleased that community north of the railroad tracks because you couldn't be south of it. And they built a thriving empire where folks was rich, taking care of themselves. They burned it to the ground. And then you find out that it wasn't just Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was a myriad of other places, something like 75 to 100 other towns around the country throughout the years that they had a similar fate. Maybe they didn't drop bombs from the sky like they did in Tulsa, Oklahoma. 9/11 was not the first aerial attack on the grounds of America. In fact, it was the fourth. But all of this is what's being left out of that conversation. All black folks, they did it on their own. No, they had to. They were forced to because the games of capitalism and the economics didn't apply to them. They were forced into an envelope and they figured out how to make it work. And this is what we always do. And now they come along with some extra bills and some money. You think we ain't gonna take it? You out your mind. These folks all do the same thing. They burned it down. They destroyed. Yeah, and then they built a system around trying to keep you down with it through redlining, through the bank programs that they're not lending you anything, through the sabotage, the political violence, the economic violence, and the physical violence in your community, sometimes led by the police department. Let's just ignore all of that. We are the product of propaganda. I agree with you on that, but most folks don't care to read beyond the headlines and actually study anything. And this is all of the population, not just the Democrats or any of that nonsense. The one other thing I wanted to get out of this is, Gloria, I want to do an interview with you. I inbox you for your email, so please hit me up with that. I don't know. It's just so much more in here. I got like notes all over the place, y'all. I believe in the creator. Yeah, who doesn't believe in the creator? And I just seen a picture that said Jesus saved, and Jesus saves, and under it is all Klans members. And it's like, when you tell me you're a Christian, I always ask the question, what do you want me to do with that? What do you think that means? Because all of this angst, all of this destruction, all of this murder, death, kill comes from individuals that believe in Jesus. So what do you want me to do with that? I know the enslavement of my ancestors. I showed you my granddad, my grandfather. I showed you my father that was born in 1929. I told you my grandmother in that same picture that was born in 1904. I know about my people going step by step beyond that. So once we get into slavery, like, what exactly do you think we about to figure out about these people? And let me just go off the notes, because I could keep going through the points that was made by Sowell and all of this. But again, you got to read out beyond your, I love you listen, we listening beyond our silo. We got to read beyond it as well on both sides. And I think the people that might tend to agree with me more, you got to do jobs of reading what the people that we trying to fish for are reading as well, so that you understand what they're saying, where they're coming from, where it makes sense. I love Sister Georgia mentioned, like, hey, I like some of the things that he said, and I agree with them. Right? Like, we got to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. But what I want our community to remember is that's always been the principle of the Black community. That's always been the conversation in Sunday dinner when y'all been breaking it down. That's always been what Big Mama has been talking about. That's always been about what your uncles have been on. That's always been about the prominent teacher in your community that you look up to. That's what they were talking about. Ain't nothing new. Ain't nobody preaching to Black folks, pouring into them stuff that they ain't already been saying. We've been living in hell since we got here, and we've been surviving and thriving. Our messages are the ones that we need to tone into. Our messages are the ones that we need to focus in on. The people that are supporting our community, that are living in it and not demonizing and talking about it. And you should be enslaved and empowered this way. I don't understand. What? We should do all the things. We ain't taking nothing off the table. That's what I love about the Panthers. That's what we always talk about. We talk about it. Turn the other cheek. That should be a tool in the toolkit, not the only one. Because if I come to a table when we're negotiating, I know exactly what you're offering me. I'm going to destroy you in these negotiations. You got one tool, you got it on the table. You showed me how it worked. You showed me the extent of it. And then now we're supposed to have an honest negotiation. You're out your mind. I'm going to use you and manipulate you like we always have. But you know what? I believe in the one spirit and the God and this and that. Well, I don't know what you understand, but everybody ain't playing with both hands on the table. Don't be mad at me. Just be mad at the history of the people that have been playing with one or two hands under the table, or 4 or 5, because they got friends in the room they ain't told you about, and they all playing against you. But you think that everybody is being honest, so I'm gonna put my hands up and we're gonna do this the fair way. And ain't nothing ever been fair about this system, ever.
I think that when I talk about Black Wall Street, I have said before and have been vilified because I said the reason for Black Wall Street was because of racism. White people did not want, nor did they
Who did
encourage
vilify you
their
over
money.
that? What echo chambers are you in that you would be vilified over a people that went into a black population, a black area of time that they zoned them into, forced them over there through violence, political violence, and and actual violence, to force them into an area, and then went in there and burned down the entire place. I don't think we really have concept on how big 40 acres is, but when I'm standing there, I'm trying to figure it out. And I want to see an aerial shot because I know it goes into Oklahoma State University's plot, which is just north of the land. How far does it go in? And this whole area was destroyed. And we're going to act like you don't understand that that's political violence. What? I mean, that is racial violence. What circles are you in that you would? I can't even imagine somebody standing around me saying that.
Are you thinking that I don't
when someone
understand
says
that?
Freddie, when
Are you
someone said
thinking
that they
that I
see
don't
them,
understand that?
Freddie,
I'm
when
trying
someone
to, I'm
said that
trying
they
to
see themselves
understand
as a
because I
man
don't.
and not
No,
a
because
black
I'm
man,
saying that I do understand that. The only thing that I'm saying is that, look, when I look at Black Wall Street, it was produced because of racism. Black folks were forced to live in this limited section of town. They did not employ you. They did not encourage your business. They didn't want your dollars. So everything from lawyers to plumbers to carpenters to banks, you had to create for yourself. And that's how Wall Street became. But Wall Street became so big that the white folks destroyed it. There's a guy.
Why don't Thomas Sowell talk about that? Why would he just evoke the great things that they done as a result and ignore the factual reality that these people concocted a scenario where they justified the massacre and the destruction of 40 acres of hard-earned assets, income that over 100 years. No, I don't want to stop because Thomas Sowell is an economist and he's one that you evoked. I don't want to stop because 100 years of assets that's doing nothing but growing that could allow you to purchase more and more assets. Thomas Sowell should have this conversation at the forefront of his words, but he don't, because he serve a political agenda that ain't got nothing to do with people that look like you and me.
Freddie, could I say something real quick? Freddie, could I say something real quick? Al, could you hold on?
Yeah.
Freddie,
Yes, go ahead.
I'm a black man. That's how I see myself, as a black man. I can be of African descent or an African American. I am a black man. And when you lose sight of who you are and say that I'm just a human, you've lost sight of your whole history, of your whole heritage. I am a proud black man who is human. And if you have these people who are supposedly colorblind, You see what happens with people at an intersection who are colorblind. There's accidents and people die. But when a person says that he is a human and just happens to be Black, he says a whole lot about himself and his beliefs. You are a Black man, and if you're in this group with these other people, when you walk away, if someone asks to give a description of you, they will not say, oh, he's that human. He said, he's that Black man. So you need to see yourself as who you are and also as they see you.
I'm not Black, I'm OJ. Okay. Come on in, Cecilia. And I swear we're going to get out of here because I swear we get out of here. Let me let Cecilia in. She got her hand up. We're going to let you in here. Come on, get me together.
Okay. I just have been going back and forth on the whole question of the propaganda and the fact that we were all lied to at the beginning. And in fact, the others have been taught that we are less than, that we are not human, and that we have to always keep in mind, it just struck me, that the rule of law, the Constitution, we were not intended to be a part of that system. We were not part of that system. And most white folk were not part of that system. You had to be a property owner and a man to be considered. And it was written by rich white men. And the thing that just hit me today is that it's scary because an amendment means that you change it. So they can change it. They changed it to make us a whole person, but they could just as well change it back. That we're not really people, that we're not really human. Trump can run for his third term because they changed it to keep Franklin Delano Roosevelt from repeating or another repeat of that because he won 3 terms. And they said, whoops, we can't let this happen. But they can also say, whoops, that was a mistake. We need to keep this person in power so we can change it back and let him run for a third term. So, and it brought me home. I participated in a program in a group where one of the Supreme Court justices came to talk about the Dred Scott decision. And I think I asked him the question about what do you really feel about that? He said, well, they were completely right because Dred Scott was not a citizen. So he didn't have any rights to make a claim, to go to court because he wasn't a citizen. And what are they talking about now? Taking citizenship away from people. We know he wanted to take Rosie O'Donnell's citizenship away from her. Let Ireland keep her. So we got a lot. We have to be self-sufficient, but we also have to be strong because when any of us have moved into the neighborhoods, they're allowed to firebomb, to have these big rallies around our homes and terrorize. We've been terrorized since we've been here. So we need to be able to protect ourselves and bond with whoever is of like mind and keep these guys away from us, because we're not just the welfare people. I remember as a little kid looking at the newspapers, the Chicago, the Afro American, and seeing there were debutante balls with us back in the early 50s and going all the way back. So there have been millionaires since the beginning, Black millionaires, businessmen. And we just have to align ourselves with the right people so that we can protect ourselves. Because the police were created to catch us. The policeman has not been our friend of late. We used to teach the little kids, if you got a problem, go to the cop on the corner. We can't do that anymore because we're liable to locked up somewhere.
Right, exactly.
So
Or dead.
we got to protect ourselves and remember that it never was about us. It was only about us being exploited.
Mm.
So we have to live our lives understanding that's what they were taught. The people in power were taught, because I sat next to them and I heard what they were taught. And I also saw that when I walked away from the group or sometimes walked into the group, the conversation changed.
Exactly.
So it wasn't intended to be about us. We can't make them like us, but we can make them leave us alone. So
yes, I appreciate you putting some context in there. This is good. This is good, right? We had some good conversation here today. We started off talking about food, but really jumped into the soul of the community, and continued to build and grow on that. Had some differences of opinion, was able to hear everybody out, everybody's position, right? You're able to take away from that what you will. But this is what we are missing in the community: good, honest dialogue, conversation, levity, and experience, to top it all off, right? So that's why I love having these cross-generational conversations. So look, next week we're here every Sunday for Sunday dinner at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 5 p.m. ish. To grandma throw everybody out, right? So she say it's time for y'all to go. Listen, y'all ain't got to go home. You got to get up out of here. But we definitely have good, open, and honest dialogue and conversation. And what I love about this program, and I think is what is different, is you have a seat at the table. You have a voice in the conversation, and you can be heard. And I'm not interested in trying to keep everybody responses to 12 seconds so that we can go through a lot of conversation. If we plan some discussion and we don't get to everything, then that's what happens when you're amongst family, right? We can have a different conversation later. It's not like we're going to solve all the world's issues in one setting anyway. But hopefully we can bring some light to some things, right, for some people, and we can all continue to grow and build. And I think that's what we are aiming for. I see you, Sister Jean. I'm gonna let you in, but then after that, we out of here. Oh, where did you go? I tried to unmute you. There you go. All right. Can you unmute?
Yeah, I
There
got
you
it
go.
off. It's nice hearing the conversation. I just have a simple suggestion. It has nothing to do with what your position is or whatever, but I'm a word person. For me, I cannot use the word we talking about what they are doing. I don't say we. I'm not part of them. I say y'all. And I say y'all to my white friends' faces. I say, that's y'all, not me. I'm not that. But I think because what happens is like people work at certain places, and then they're talking about the people that they work with, and they're talking about them as if there's no connection. And there is. But just try to say, well, and then there's no question about your position. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, okay. I love it. I love it. Quick and simple. I love it. All right. Well, thank you, sister. I definitely appreciate that. I appreciate you showing
Thank
up.
you.
Yeah, all of y'all for being here.
I was at my cousin's house sitting in a chair sleeping. I was tired.
We got you up. Good, good,
Yeah.
good. Well, hopefully y'all enjoyed the conversation. Hopefully you enjoyed the conversation around the food, our connection there, some of the sharing that we've done, the political discussions that we had. I want to get with the sister again. We're gonna reach out to her because I love this idea about having our political list, right? So I love when our community is doing the work and got the boots on the ground and doing the things. And then what I wonder is, can we use the platform to amplify that? So I love that it's happening like in her backyard and maybe growing. And I know Sister Jean got boots on the ground and be working. And I love that. But what if we can amplify that to 200 communities rather than just two, right? What if we can do 2,000 communities, right? Because we just get to the right person or people and give them the right plan to start putting in their things and start working for checking off those boxes. So I want to have some more deeper discussions around that and all of that, right? Because ain't nobody coming to save us, right? So regardless of all the things that I said, Thomas Sowell and this and that, at the end of the day, I'm a Garveyite, baby. We got to do what we need to do for ourselves, do for itself, right? And I love, he referenced El Hajj Malik Shabazz, right? This is the do for self movement. I love Black Panther. Y'all like real hip hop. Dead Prayers is like some good 90s, real old school hip hop. But in one of their songs, they say 31 years ago, I would have been a Panther. Ain't no doubt in my mind what organization I would have been about. But we need to continue that movement. We need to continue that essence, and we need to continue that political savvy and that emphasis on solving our own issues, right? And this has always been who we are as a community. This has always been who we are as a people. Ain't nothing new. Listen, if you're going to throw in $200 million because we're paying our taxes for it, give me that too. What you talking about? I'll give it to a handout. What the hell is you talking about? I ain't trying to hear none of that. Cut the check. You know who got the biggest handouts? The corporations, right? You want to know where your money going? Boy, that's where your money going. That's why we need to build the corporations, because it's a whole secret game to how you get it. That's another conversation. I'll try to keep this two separated or until we lean into it. But man, like, let's wake up. I want every dime we can get. Nickel, but you expect us to pay reparations, going to bankrupt the country? I don't give a damn. So what? Bankrupt the country, cut the check. So at least when the currency turn into nothing, I got something that I can transfer into a different digital type of currency. Like, you know what? Oh, because I'm supposed to care because the country going to get bankrupted over printing more money, which it does every single year. Like, get out of here. Like, yeah, we're not trying to hear that. If it go under, it go under. What the hell does that matter, right? Like, it went over on our back, so I'm supposed to give a damn. Like, man, listen, I don't know what part of the water y'all drinking, but not only am I not drinking it, I don't want none. And I'm good. And if that offends you, I'm straight. And then we ain't got nothing else to talk about. I ain't got to argue with you. I ain't got to do none of that, right? All I got to do is get with the people that are willing, ready, and able to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. This is what we've always been about. The Black community should be more conservative. We should go. We are the most conservative.
Whatever.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, the most God-loving, Jesus-loving, Christian, conservative, don't want to overspend, want to take care of everybody, like want to take care of our business and do things by ourselves, but you won't leave us alone. That's the damn problem. That's been the historical norm of this country. I literally posted today. America is exactly who we thought it was for the last few hundred years. It's exactly who it's always been. Ain't nothing changed. Like, I don't understand where we dropping the ball. It's not quite as violent, but don't you get it twisted. This boy is violent as all get out. And I made a comment last week because I run no matter where I'm at. I go outside, I go running. But when I'm running in Africa, all I get is, oh my God, you better be safe out there. Oh, never mind, y'all ain't never been, and never mind, you ain't never been to many places, but you out here telling me be careful. But when I tell you I'm in Tulsa or I'm in Norman, Oklahoma, and like which I was last weekend running outside, now one person said be careful. Now it's the biggest gun-toting environment on the planet. And they openly kill people for no damn reason, but nobody said be careful in Norman, Oklahoma. And shout out to Norman because I didn't have no issues at all, right? And everybody was quite friendly, in particular, to be honest with you. But that's my point is you don't know nothing about Norman either. You don't know nothing about Ghana. I'll be in Nigeria here at the top of the month. I'm gonna go running. Oh my God, Freddie. And maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. We're going to find out. I'll tell you the experience, right? But I know when we travel, we're not just anywhere. Freddie ain't just stupid, y'all, right? Like when the Spidey sense go off, I turn around. I remember running in Ghana. First time I was there, I ran and I got to this point and something just said, turn around. I guess what? I turned around. I went back to the hotel. Everything was fine, right? And it probably was going to be nothing if I'd have turned the corner like I was intended. But it's just wild, man. It's just wild to hear the things and the conversations that come out of our camp. So I just would say let's lean into learning and studying a little bit more. Let's lean into community and family a little bit more. Let's lean more into conversations like this. So hopefully y'all enjoyed it. I'm over. Surprise, surprise. But definitely in good time and good spirit. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the conversation. This has been Sunday Dinner, right? Hosted by yours truly, Freddie Taylor of Urban Intellectuals. Hopefully y'all appreciate the energy and the effort that we put into these events, especially the soul of your food, right? A Black History cooking experience was dope. That will go up on our YouTube page here shortly. It's on the Boss Lady Seasonings page on Facebook, but we'll get it transferred over to our YouTube page. We got some more exciting stuff coming for you. Hey, the calendar is coming. We're trying to make sure we print 5,000 of these this time, right? Like we sell out every year. I think last year we did 2,500. And like they sell out. When they sell out, they gone because, I don't want to be selling calendars in January, right? So we're going to put them out a little bit early. It's a 365 day Black History calendar, Black History for every day right there in the calendar. And check this out, y'all. You ain't never heard me say this. This is the best one. This is the best one. I can't tell you exactly why I'm saying that just yet, but this is the best one. And I think you're going to agree with it. But yeah, so look for that. And I think in about 2 weeks, don't hold me to it. I don't know. I don't be paying attention to the schedule, y'all. I show up and they just point me. Go get on the microphone right here. Start talking into that camera. Thank you. Yeah, no, this one is dope. This is my favorite one. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait for this one to drop. That's coming. I told you about the Columbus Day event is coming. I'm going to talk hard about propaganda. We about to dig into this. I got a couple of surprises. We're going to have a good conversation, but I'm about to lay into it, right? The mics are going to be off. You just going to have to let Brother Freddie cook, right? I'm going to be looking something like this. I might put a chef joint on and be standing at my kitchen counter because I'm about to cook on Columbus Day. yeah. And then we off for a while, right? Y'all probably won't see me the Black History. I lie. We're going to do something. We got some other stuff cooking though. But I appreciate this space. I appreciate y'all spending time being here. I appreciate the Sunday dinner vibe, the experience. Columbus Day event is October, what is that? The 13th, maybe? Something like that. Don't hold me to it. You'll see the emails. If you're here in the Zoom, you'll definitely get the email. Y'all on Facebook or YouTube, you'll get the emails as well. So just be on the lookout. There's no promo for that probably going on until October. I'm giving y'all, if you show up messing around with Freddie on any of these events, I'm liable to tell some stuff I ain't supposed to tell y'all about just yet. But hey, it's just us. We family here. This is the Sunday dinner vibe. Only other thing I'll mention is we're gonna do a live cooking experience, a live Sunday dinner. Like I'm trying to figure out how to fit it in, y'all. But I definitely want to do it. And Sister Corinna and that kitchen. I didn't even show y'all the final product. My goodness. I don't even want to tease y'all tonight. Everybody got teased yesterday. I want to be in the building because I need to eat this. Ooh, it looks so good. That chicken, that was bananas. Them deviled eggs, listen, I do something. And then she had sweet potato waffles, y'all. I don't even think I gave y'all the whole calendar. She did the greens, chicken, lemon pepper chicken wings. I needed to be in there. I needed to be in there. Okay. Yeah, don't do it. All right. We gonna do it all. Do it for Kwanzaa. Ooh, interesting. Well, Georgia ain't cold. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I definitely want to have that experience. We're always trying to get together. Atlanta got a lot of beautiful Black history. There's just a lot of excuses to make this happen. So anyway, we'll talk about it next week. I forget the topic. I'll make sure. Just check your emails. We're gonna be on it. But y'all already know if we grind it into a conversation and we need to continue it, we're gonna pick it up right where we need to leave off. But thank y'all for coming here. Hey, I'm looking forward to having more of these political discussions about what we can do or what we need to do.
Yep.
Would love to connect with your UI resources. Okay, let me just give you, if anybody want to connect with us, you can always email support@urbanintellectuals.com. And you can address me or anything like that. You're probably gonna get followed up with by Tamiko. Tamiko usually liaisons our communications, and she controls my schedule. So if she puts me on, put you on the schedule, I mean, we in there. We in there, right? We in there. So that would be that. So if you're looking to connect with us for any reason, or you might not even need to talk to me, you might just need an answer from the company, support@urbanintellectuals.com is the way to go. I appreciate that. AJ says she's learning a lot. I love that. Do it for Kwanzaa. Yeah, okay. We got the Columbus Day. The calendar is gonna be crazy. Yeah, so we're gonna have a good time, y'all. You know, we always got something cooking, something extra, a different way to present history, culture, engagement, and appreciation forward in our community. So stay tuned. Ain't nothing about to slow down. I'm working on something else in the background. I ain't gonna tell y'all about that one, but any luck, you will see the fruits of that here in the next couple of weeks. I will put myself on blast. I am due for a TED Talk, and I am supposed to submit my TED Talk application this month. That was my goal for the month. So it's halfway through. I have not submitted my TED Talk application. So next week, y'all make sure y'all ask me about that. Either it's submitted, is it in progress, where we at? Accountability. Let's hold each other to greatness, right? I want to be held to that standard as well. So I want to do that. That's on the list, and it's gonna happen. So I want to bring that up. Okay. So that's it for me today. That's it for Urban Intellectuals. I appreciate y'all joining us on Sunday dinner. If you have any questions, you can email support@urbanintellectuals.com. Hopefully you have an opportunity to grab our Spice Seasoning Limited Edition bundle here with Urban Intellectuals and I Got You Seasonings. I'm going to drop that one more time. That is that. $50 or more is free shipping. So if you grab 2 bundles, you will have free shipping. It's holiday season. Make sure that you're sharing that. But make sure you're sharing us, Urban Intellectuals, and Sunday Dinner, right? Each and every Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're diving deeper into our conversations, connecting over our virtual dinner place, and having wonderful connections. But on the show that you can be heard, right? It's not just about Brother Freddie talking, even though he'll grab the microphone. But it's a good opportunity to get chimed in. If you're watching on YouTube and you're wondering, hey, how come I can't get on the microphone? You need to be in the Zoom room. But these are for our VIPs, right? Our customers inside of the company. If you're a customer and you're watching on YouTube, you're getting an email invite. So you just need to pay attention and lock into what we're doing. You can get the invite to come on over here and engage us as well, right? Dinner starts at 3. Definitely, Scott is consistent every Sunday dinner. He is actually eating on the call. Maybe we got to start changing it up, right? We start having a theme. Everybody have a soda. No, not a soda. Everybody have a water. Sometimes we eat sweet potatoes. Sometimes we doing chicken. Sometimes we're doing greens. I'm trying to do some plant-based green stuff for my vegans out there. I don't want to be food biased out there. You know, these internet streets is tough. No, but hey man, I appreciate all y'all hanging out with me today and hanging out with us today. I'm gonna get this microphone together at some point, right? We got to plan our 24 hours first. Yes, we definitely got to do that. Hey, but thank y'all, everybody, for being here. I appreciate y'all again. Till next time, love, peace, and power to the people. Hopefully you enjoyed today.
It was fun.